I think. Oh yeah, we're live.
We're live.
Folks, welcome to Corn-Fed Saturday edition. It's Saturday, August 9th, 2025. And Odama and I, in the year of our Lord, this is Corn-Fed on the Billionaire Podcast Network.
Fill her up. Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Sorry, he is though. It's early.
That's great.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to build out like a whole morning zoo soundboard. I've made some sounds, and I haven't made any new ones lately. But it's the morning radio guys. They have like the best job ever because they just get to do soundboard all day.
Yeah,
what about Sal chewing?
Do what?
A Sal chewing sound, like just a crunch from Sal when he's eating something. Get him to eat an apple on cam. That might be.
That'd be good. I do have some, like if somebody drops like a silver dollar word, I have some like Sal saying
word alert, word alert.
You know, like if somebody starts breaking out their Oxford vocabulary,
word alert.
So we do. It's you. It's never us. It's somebody. You're the one that's always. Me and Sal have the word alert. I don't even know what that means. You have an English degree, right?
Yes, I do have a Bachelor of Arts in English with a concentration in creative writing from the University of North Texas. The University of North Texas, home of the Eagles, is the football team. Some of our notable alumni are Don Henley, Mean Joe Green, Nora Jones, Dr. Phil McGraw.
Hell yeah. Adam Ray?
Adam Ray.
Yeah, Adam Ray. And
Timmy No Breaks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tony Pepperoni.
Yeah, maybe somebody else.
So I got a green olive snack, black olives, some tomatoes.
Don Henley's a good pull.
Any fatter though.
Don Henley rules.
Yeah, I think that might be where you got the name for the band. Was the
alcohol?
The University of North Texas mascot is the Eagles. So maybe the band is named. Maybe these, which is just like the lamest way to come up with a band name is be like, yeah, my school mascot is the band name.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, work.
Retard.
Eagles just rule though, dude.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
Yeah.
I like seeing a bald eagle in real life. We live
Philly sucks, but
around a lot of them.
Dude, but bald eagles rule, dude.
I didn't see my first bald eagle until like 2018. I was down in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I saw a bald eagle, and I was like, wait, we have bald eagles here? I thought that was something you only saw out west.
I never saw a bald eagle until I moved back up to Michigan around 2017, and I've seen a bunch of them kind of sporadically throughout the last couple of weeks, but throughout the years since I've been here, to the point where I actually hit one on accident, but it was traumatic. Like it was a wild experience. But to see a bird that size with that wingspan coming at your windshield, I challenge anybody to try and get through that.
Wait.
The same way I did.
Flew into your car windshield?
Yeah. Well, I was actually driving a bus, and I was heading.
This sounds like a
kind of
Harry movie, dude.
Yeah, I think that's like a bad omen. I think it's like if you run over a bald eagle with a bus, that means that
where do you get a bus to begin with?
Nobody gets health care.
Are you a bus driver?
Destination 8.
Yeah. Oh God, dude, when that new Final Destination came out and they started putting the logs on the back of logging trucks, like the advertisement with the name, like I started freaking the hell out, man, when those popped around. That movie terrifies the shit out of me. But yeah, I do drive a school bus, Dave, and I was heading to a game, and we were
in the bus.
Oh yeah, it was a football team. It was a football team, and it was my first day. And I literally just driving down normal. What's that?
Was it a Penn State?
No.
Wait, so your first day of driving a school bus, it's full of a football team. What are they high school kids? middle school kids.
They're like seniors.
And you're
So
just
it's
driving
like-
down and a giant bald eagle hits the front of the bus windshield.
Well, what had happened was I'm going up an incline, and on the side of the road there was a dead deer carcass, and there was a bunch of crows picking at it, and on top of it was this giant bald eagle. And I mean, it was like the size of it was like 3 foot tall, it seemed like. I mean, it was huge, and it was just picking at this deer's neck. And as I was getting ready to pass it, I watched its head come up and look at me like it was looking directly at me, and then just leap off the deer right into my windshield and flap under my driver's side wheel. And I looked in the mirror and watched it take flight after I got far enough away. And I mean, it was one of the, like, I literally thought I killed the symbol of American freedom. Like, it really fucked with my head for the rest of the drive. Like, I maintained everything and everybody was okay. But like, it was one of those moments where like, I didn't know what to do because I knew it.
Yeah, this is like what Christopher Moltisanti saw when they made him.
The crow in the window.
You saw a bald eagle eating a deer carcass, and you ran over it with a bus. And so I don't know what that portends for your future or our future collectively, but it can't be good.
No.
It did happen over a year ago.
A little bit of my respect away from the bald eagle because I didn't know bald eagles were scavengers unless did this bald eagle take down a deer? Can a bald eagle kill that deer and then eat it? And it was eating prey that it captured because then I get more respect for it.
Well, I'll tell you, I have seen a bald eagle try, I mean, not successfully, but try to lift a dead like fawn. Like that happened recently when I was on one of the bike rides. I saw like an eagle clawing to a carcass of a dead baby deer and try to take flight with it. And it kept not being able to grip onto it. It kept falling out of its talons. But
so I am a deer hunter, and every time I always get multiple license every year. And every time I kill the first deer, it's right by my deer blind. So I just gut the deer right there in the woods. And for the next 3 days, I just spend watching the bald eagles eat the carcass eat all the guts and shit. Yeah.
That's free food.
Scavengers too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Free food.
Yeah, I guess that's the new story of America. Just handouts. Even the bald eagles getting food handouts now. Welfare from the hunters.
Dude, handouts are cool, dude. I love getting free things, free money, free healthcare, free.
Are you on EBT yet?
I was just gonna ask, are you on Snap? Because everybody's losing it right now.
I'm not on Snap. No,
Dalton, you need.
I said he's on obesity.
You get that free food, doggy. I need to see Dalton.
I just caught that.
Shopping.
I'm sorry.
I have learned one of my new favorite hobbies is watching these TikTok stars react to the administration taking away or reducing severely EBT the last 2 weeks.
I've only seen one, and it happened today on Twitter, but it was an overweight black woman being explained to by a Walmart cashier why she couldn't get soda or candy bars. And she didn't have a meltdown, but she had one of those things like, dear God, they've taken everything from me. And I'm like, it's just candy bars and sodas, though. Like,
do you know what the max for food stamps was up until last week?
Was it like 2,500 or something a month?
$2,800 a month. Yeah. There's people that were getting $2,800 a month for groceries.
In America.
How many kids do you have to get that though? Like that's insane.
And what color do they have to be?
Yeah, what color?
You know the answer to that, Dave. Shut up.
Yeah, I think they should definitely.
Can you buy 9-volt batteries with EBT?
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I think they definitely should enforce what you're allowed to actually buy with food stamps. And it's not I don't say that because out of any concern for the health of the recipients. It's because I hate black people.
So
I don't give a fuck if they're eating healthy. It's that I want to punish those that I deem to be lesser than myself.
So no dino nuggets and soda.
Yeah, no, it's like
you're crushing Randy.
You shouldn't be allowed to buy dino nuggets and soda and Twizzlers and Reese's Pieces with your food stamps. Not because all that stuff is unhealthy and not necessary. It's because it's punitive. You should be punished for being black.
Yeah.
I think that's where that's what I believe. That's why I think RFK Jr. is doing the Lord's work with this these new snap card and EBT policies.
Racist. Nick.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I mean. That is kind of what it feels like. I don't believe for a second. I don't believe for a second that anyone gives a shit about the health of anybody receiving government assistance. They would just they care more to punish those that they believe that they've imposed like their own moral point of view.
Can I tell you is so when they got you off of food stamps, right? And they went to the electronics benefits tag transfers or whatever. It became $1 trillion industry for corporations to get their food on the EBT list. So Oreo, Nabisco, and all them started putting all that
lobbyists,
the food and lobby to get it put on there. So they're basically doing a wealth transfer from the middle class to the poor to the corporations by getting those foods on there, so that they get approved. And it's with it. I didn't misspeak. You can look it up. Trillion with a T. $1 trillion industry of food transfer. The foods that go on. And then what happens is we go to the grocery store and the foods, they're like, well, because they're getting $2,800 a month, they can afford, and they keep raising it. They raise our prices too because it's being subsidized. So we're getting fucked double-ended. We're getting the inflation, the paying for it, and our food prices are going up. That's what I'm upset. And it's going all to the corporations.
You know what would solve all of it, Dave? 15% flat tax.
When can I get fucked?
A 0% tax. Flat tax.
That would solve all government assistance.
Levels.
I fed the homeless.
Wait a second.
Church for decades when I lived in Providence.
I don't have control over the levels, so Dave.
I'll turn my volume down.
Dave, turn your microphone up.
Can you
get
you
one,
guys,
two?
There are no levels. I'm not a fucking. I don't have ones and twos.
Paul, talk again, Paul.
Am I better now?
Drew, say something. Drew, you talk.
Am I supposed to be here?
No. But Dave, say something.
I'm happy you are.
Check.
Yeah.
Check. No one can hear me.
Dave does sound lower than everybody else to me too.
All of Douglas sound fine.
Let me go into my audio here.
Black people.
No,
Black people
I'm
testing.
showing...
1, 2. Black people 3, 4.
N-word.
The N-word.
We hear that?
Nigger.
Let's get a super chat.
It's not our channel.
Maybe a super chat will help.
No, dude, it's okay. It's okay.
Can you hear me now?
It's okay.
Wait, can we promote cigarettes here?
Chickadee check.
Dude, have you ever seen Mad Men?
Winston Cup?
It makes you a man.
Non-menthol Newports.
Oh yeah, Drew smokes Newport Reds.
First white guy I ever saw that smoked Newport Reds. I used to
You
smoke
are like the
regular
anti-black guy.
Whoa, dude, whoa.
I used to
I never
smoke
even
regular.
thought regular Newports were menthol enough. I needed that Camel Crush. The menthol Camel Crush with the extra menthol in it. It's already menthol.
Those are
And
good.
then you crush the filter and it releases the flavor.
You crush it.
Squeeze it.
Yeah, because they have two different Camel Crushes. There's one that's a regular cigarette that you crush it and then it becomes menthol. And then they have one that's already menthol and then you crush it and it's even more menthol.
Extra.
That's
dude.
the one. I'm trying to smoke fucking Listerine, dude.
I know.
That's what I'm trying to get. This experience I'm going for.
I know I'm the new guy here, so I got to ask, Drew, did you get those because they were on sale or something? Or did you actively buy Newport full flavor?
When I started years and years ago, when they came out with it, it was the cheapest cigarette around. All the homeless in California started smoking them because it was like $3 a pack when it came out because it was like a super discount. And then over the years, they brought it back up to regular price of cigarettes, but people still smoke them. Because it's a good flavor cigarette. It's better than Marlboro. Like if you smoke Marlboro Reds, it's a good replacement for that.
I'm a Camel Blue guy.
I went from smoking Newports to Marlboro or Midnights was I loved the flavor of Marlboro or Midnight. But then by the end, when I left Florida, right as I quit smoking, it was 305s, which was the state cigarette. It was the cheapest cigarette you could get at the time. It was like $3.50 a pack, $3.25 a pack. And it was made by inmates in the Miami prison. and that's why they were so cheap, because they were getting free labor to roll them, and they were shit cigarettes, but for $3.25, $3.50, I wasn't complaining. You know,
I've been trying to figure out how to get Chinese and Korean cigarettes, and
if you go to Korea or China, it's pretty easy.
I guess that would probably be the easiest way to do it, because I've been looking online, and it's like you have to pay with crypto and circumvent customs. It's like but they look so cool. Chinese cigarettes look awesome, dude.
Right now, the tariffs for Japan and
I know a guy who went to
South
China.
Korea are 25%.
I know a guy he went to China. He saw the cigarettes being made. He said it's literally dirt floor factories, and they'll sweep up the dirt floor at the end of the day with the tobacco remnants and just roll that into cigarettes at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Red dot.
I'm not surprised. Chinese people shit into holes in the ground. They don't have toilets or proper structures. That does not surprise me one
Those
bit. I'll
godless
tell you,
heathens.
it's
$10
funny that
super chat from Robbie's third cousin. Shout out Sumo Dog.
Shout out
Live,
Sumo Dog.
laugh, Lev, Katu, etc.
Be cool,
be cool, be chill.
Be cool, be
Thanks for the
chill.
super chat. Oh,
It's funny you guys with this conversation got brought up, because Dalton, you were talking about getting cigarettes from China. Like, I was watching this guy randomly showed up in my YouTube feed this week, and I'll find the link and I'll put it up on Twitter. But it's this dude who reviews like cigarettes.
I love
like
this guy. I know this guy. He's sort of that.
Have you seen
skinny tweaking?
Yes,
guy? Yes.
yes.
I think his name is Jacob or something.
pull him up.
Yeah,
I haven't
Dude,
seen him.
I've been watching that guy for fucking years, dude.
This
He's
is why we're a video
so good
show.
at smoking cigarettes.
He
Well,
just
come
pulled,
on.
he just did a review. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Drew. Go ahead.
Oh, sir, I just want to drink and smoke with that guy. I've watched him for years too. He fucking rules.
That guy
I
rules.
just saw him for the first time yesterday, and I'm like, dude, this guy's it was a 30-minute review of these Chinese imports of Camel Reds, and they were heat only cigarettes. So you put them in a pod to heat the cigarette up instead of lighting it. And like he just tweaking out, spending 30 minutes, like, yeah, it's got a really good package. As you can see, it says like health warnings here in Chinese and shit. I'm like, dude, this guy might be my new favorite YouTube
That
guy.
guy. Yeah, I've been watching that guy for. I think I found him during the pandemic, and he would just he was on. I found him on TikTok, and he would just post TikToks talking just about cigarettes. Or
No,
Nick the Smoker, meth man in your chat.
He's like drinking in the park, smoking cigarettes.
What's his name?
Yeah,
I'm trying
all
to
of
find him here.
Like, this
What's the
dude
guy's name?
yeah,
What
all
is
of his videos are like
Nick the Smoker.
smoking Camel Wides and drinking hard cider in the park.
Camel Blue Rides are fucking awesome. I love
Crushing
Camel
Mike's
Blue
hard
Rides.
sour apple and smoking some Camel Reds.
He's my
Smoking
spirit.
is so fucking cool.
You know, I haven't thought about smoking a cigarette since I quit. Every now and then I'll smell somebody like working at the bar this last summer, or looking at Drew doing it. Like it'll creep in there, and then I'll just pop a Zyn, and it takes care of everything. Although
Nicotine fucking rules.
I love Zyn. I love Zins. I love vaping. The future has been bleak for the most part, but vaping and Zins is awesome.
I just put his most popular video from 10 years ago in the private chat, Dalton.
Oh yeah, we'll watch a little Jacob, dude. This guy.
Oh,
I love this dude.
Nick the Smoker.
besides
No,
him, there was
no,
another.
this is a
There,
different guy.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, okay.
This guy.
Nick,
He's
although
hero
Nick the, Smoker,
mine.
Nick the Smoker is cool. I've watched his stuff.
So what's the guy you're talking about? So I can find
The
him
guy
here.
we're talking about is Jake. I think his name is Jacob Jones, and he's like a skinny tweaker looking guy who
He
talks like almost has like a Buscemi affect when he talks.
He's
I'm
definitely autistic, like actually autistic. Not
Yeah.
Jacob fucking Jones?
No,
yes, I think that's the
Is
one
that
I'm
him?
thinking of. I think I'm looking it up myself.
Jacob.
Oh,
I'll have dinner with you
I'm
boys
not seeing
myself.
any shorts
Yes.
for this guy, though.
Jacob fucking Jones. That's the guy I was thinking.
Yeah,
of too.
yeah. This is him.
Here's
So
the
he's
one I'm
got
thinking of.
one from a year ago that's
Dude.
2.7 million views.
Dave.
Day drinking and smoking cigarettes in public park at 3 p.m. on a rainy day.
Yes, dude.
Now, Dave.
These videos are like, dude, these like hour-long cigarette reviews.
Dave.
Yeah, but we can watch a couple minutes so we get a feel for the energy of this guy.
I gotta say, Dave, if you look if you're looking at his page like I am, the one that I watched was from 13 days ago. It's called Cigarette Smoker Tries a Flavored Heat Not Burned Cigarette for the First Time. But the thumbnail directly underneath that video is one that says, I smoked 10 cigarettes out of a water bottle at the same time to die 10 times as fast. And it's him holding a water bottle with just cigarettes coming out of it. This guy's fucking awesome, man.
Dude, this guy rules.
I put a video of his in his most popular video in the private chat. If we want to pull something,
day drinking and smoking cigarettes in a public park at 3 p.m. on a
like
Doug, why you got me thinking about it?
I would DM Drew and say, "What are you up to?" And this is what he would respond with the title of this video. Drinking in a public park at 3 p.m. in the rain.
Dude, yeah, this guy's awesome. Yeah. Oh, by the way, did I introduce the show? Folks, we're joined by Sibling Revelry. Thugless and Paul, the Sibling Revelry show. They do their show over on Free Speech, Peter Thiel's Free Speech Rumble.
Yeah, we say nigger a lot there.
Okay,
I don't say it at all.
We're
not
not
on YouTube and you're not
YouTube.
Dude,
and
this is somebody else's show that's monetized.
The
man.
N-word.
Yeah, we say the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
guys,
say it ever.
Guys, it's okay. It's okay. Calm
if
down.
This was our show, I'd agree. It's okay for you.
Let's see here. Okay.
Who invited these guys anyways, though?
I apologize.
Is not attempted to replicate any action performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals. Alrighty, so today I'm going to be day drinking and smoking cigarettes in a public park at 3 p.m. in the afternoon on
the car
a rain
right
day,
away kicks ass. Look at that car, dude.
To do because I frankly want to day drink and smoke some cigarettes. I'm just feeling like having a drink today, and
he's at a park.
Cigarettes as well, as I love my cigarettes, and so as such, I figured I should make a video of me doing that. And so as such, that's exactly what I'm doing today. While I am,
first off, I'll say that this kind of thing, like when you look at the analytics, the raw analytics on this YouTube channel has 626,000 subscribers. This one video has 2.7 million views. I just don't even know, like, at this point, how you could, in good conscience, tell any child or high school or college student that they should, like, study hard and get a good job. I don't even know how, like, at this point,
for 20 years,
how you could delude yourself in even thinking that that's good advice. That the right thing for you to do is, like, yeah, go get a good degree and work hard, and a good company will hire you. That's actively harmful to anyone that you say that to. You should tell every youth in this country, you should tell them, do literally whatever you want, just make sure you film it.
If there's any kids listening right now, if you're a kid right now, just listen to me right now. This is serious. It's not a comedy show. This is serious. You want to start smoking cigarettes and day drinking in the park. That is
you want to be cool? You kids want to be cool?
And just to add on to that, if you pick up a welder, if you pick up welding while you're doing those things, it's going to pay off for you. I promise.
Can we take a second to just give some respect to the vehicle that he's sitting in? It's just like, what?
Yeah, this is what they call a cigarette car. This is a car.
Dude, he has
like an
to
84
roll
Dodge
the
Spirit
windows down manually.
It's like a Volvo, maybe.
Dude, he's got hand button locks on that thing. You got to pull up.
It's like an 84 Dodge Spirit.
Yeah, it's not a Volvo, Drew, because if this was, that would be like the 1996 740 that he's in, and it doesn't have the rear thing. I've owned 7 Volvos in my life.
There's no need to do good in school. Do not listen to all these Dave Ramsey's and Ben Shapiro's. Now they're telling you that you should go into the trades.
You can find a cool dude.
Get money.
Cool older dude on the internet, and he will buy you cigarettes and alcohol so you can day drink and smoke and make these videos.
Financial freedom now is within the grasp of everyone. All you have to do is just like film yourself smoking cigarettes and drinking in the park,
and
like whatever it is you want to do, just do whatever you want to do, and just make sure you film it and commodify it for the internet. And
how many views did this get?
This has like fucking like 2 million. It's got this whole video.
Shit,
2.7 million views. So like everyone in this guy's life told him like, hey, you should stop being acting like a fucking weirdo and stop smoking, stop drinking in the park, and do something with your life. He said, this is what I like.
just a picture of the intervention that he went through, and like everybody in his life is telling him stop drinking and smoking in the park, and then this video blows up, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, stop telling me what to do. Okay, go back to your cubicle, ass."
Yeah, exactly. Go back to your fucking go back to plunging toilets or whatever.
I'm a content creator.
I gotta tell you, Robbie Goodwin, you gave me a couple good laughs in chat, man. Thank you.
Hey, Robbie here.
Yeah, this podcast.
Picking up when it's financial, Ian.
he kept making Sibling Revelry Lev Fur puns, but the one that really got me was this podcast looks like the guys who missed January 6th because they slept in.
Goddamn alarm clock.
That is awesome.
Oh, dude, that is too funny.
Well, let's see a little more of this Jacob Jones.
This guy's great. Jacob, friend of the show. If you ever
currently, I'm not at the park I actually want to go to because the park I'm at right now does not have any good spots to day drink and smoke cigarettes at on a rainy day. It doesn't have any good shelters or anything like that. And so as such, I got to go to a different park that has some better shelters. So I do suppose without further ado, now I should probably go ahead and get my seatbelt on, and I should probably go ahead and get to drive into the park.
I was thinking the same thing that you're going to say.
This reminds me of like Lily Tino, like those trans videos of going into bathrooms at like amusement parks. Like, so I'm going to go in as, or those other videos of like, as a fatty who likes to go to Disney World, this is come with me for a day and watch me eat all the food at Disney World. This is that version.
I'm just impressed this guy can go within 500 feet of a park.
Yeah. I was thinking this motherfucker's driving around in this car and he's about to go day drink and he's driving out of that park.
Yeah.
He's like,
Uber's not getting called.
I'm about to day drink and then I'm driving this old ass car home when I'm the next video is called Driving My Car Home in the Rain Drunk.
This guy rules, dude.
This guy's good at drinking and smoking cigarettes, and you can tell he's got a pad this hour because he's like, now I am putting on my seatbelt, and once I put my seatbelt on, I will put the key into the ignition of the car.
It's called pulling the threads of a story, dude. This guy's a storyteller. He's
but this is
weaving into our brains.
I have an English degree. They would teach you you should cut most of this to just get to like what the actual story is.
Are you using your English degree? Look at this guy.
That's true, man. What do I? That's the thing. Is like, what do I know? What does anybody know? This guy's Inception.
He's living a layer within a layer.
This guy's
billion.
Just
let's
do what
see.
you love.
I want to get to him actually. Here we go. Here he's smoking.
Dude,
this guy rules.
Nice strong glow to that cigarette too.
This is great, dude. This is perfect content.
Is he getting a thumbnail? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's exactly what he's doing.
Okay.
He's like Joel the Eater from YouTube.
It is funny being a content creator, and I love that when I see people do this in a video where it's like, oh, this will be the thumbnail. It's like, dude, just make a thumbnail.
Had to do it, you know what I'm saying? Had to grab myself a little bit of screenshot. This cigarette, though, is absolutely fantastic. I am very much enjoying it right now. It is pairing fantastically with the Stella Artosis hard cider I've got with
Stella Artosis.
Can I just say, if you've ever, I mean, I was a DJ, bigger DJ than I am now. This is the reformed me. This is Christian salvation, Dave. When I was in my 20s, I was smoking, drinking, womanizing, or whatever. Going out in the rain, dude, when you don't have any responsibilities, dude, and just sitting around drinking and smoking like in shelter like that, this is a fucking kick-ass day. This is what Dalton was explaining earlier. Like if life was just good all the time. Like now his tomorrow morning is going to suck. He's going to have to pay for the sins of drinking and smoking in the rain all day. But for this short period of time, he's living the dream.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
And
Dave, I'm sorry.
Well, no, just the framing and composition of this shot is pretty spectacular because Raphael pointed this out. It's just like the sort of like a dreary kind of faded background, you know, the grayness of a rainy day with the but then the street lights, the light just peeking through.
It's actually a part of his channel. He does that constantly. It's like, it's something, it's an artistic style that he does that it's like an underlying maybe artistic thing he's doing, or it's just something in his brain. Maybe
it's just natural. Maybe it's,
You think he's an idiot savant, day drinker, smoking cigarette guy?
he ruled.
How many views does this have? Did you say
2.7 million?
I'm one of them.
2.7 million. Figure he has probably. I'm guessing this content gets like a $3 CPM.
I've shared his content.
Isn't that crazy? That's insane. That how much money he made off this video.
So
that's awesome.
How much
that's
do you
awesome.
think that he made? I'm not familiar with the financials.
It goes by CPM, so it depends on what you do. I'm guessing this content's really low. I'm guessing that advertisers don't want to spend a lot of money on a guy smoking and drinking in a park. So I guess he's probably got to
spend some money on that.
Maybe.
Philip Morris spend some money.
I don't know if they're advertising on YouTube though. Real quick, Dave. I didn't know you were a fellow follower of Christ. Have we ever talked about religion before?
This show was a Bible study.
Bro, I got a Bible right here.
This was a Bible study show to begin with, but we have not talked like religion. Yeah.
Me and Boston have done Bible wars.
Yeah, I don't even have to get up. My Bible's
man, I would lose.
Right here.
I'm well read up. I'm well read up in the Bible to where Noah builds the ark and brings his sons and sons' wives and his wives on. That's about where my knowledge goes. I forget everything else. I have a terrible short-term memory.
But Dave, me and you personally have never talked about religion before, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and guess you're Orthodox.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah, well.
Shocker. I don't know. The context clues were there the whole time.
Yeah. It's been right under. I just ate olives in front of it.
Fair point.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to derail that.
Oh man, I saw the best comment today. I can't. It's not going to do. It's not going to do any justice because I don't know the whole thing. But go ahead.
No, I'm actually at a I'm like weighed down right now. I'm at a disadvantage because I went grocery shopping earlier, and by that I mean I bought 4 large pizzas at Pizza Hut.
Oh man, that sounds so good.
We heard about this strategy last week, so we got a pizza update from Dalton.
Yeah, so like before this, because we started over on the Sibling Revelry channel. I got in a half hour late actually. It was 8:30 Eastern when I got in. So we've been going for a while now, but like before all this, I ate like 5 slices of pizza. And I'm like at that age now. Like I'm, getting older by each day that goes by. I'm getting older. But yeah, it's just like all of that bread and cheese and everything is like hitting me like I swallowed an anvil. But it's such a great way to stock up on food for the next.
I was going to say, tell Paul and Doug and the people that weren't here last week your food strategy, your weekly food strategy now.
You wanted to go over the pizza math?
So this is like
I have a feeling I think I'm going to understand
I
this.
wish I could have been blown away by this, but I was just like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. The dots connect here in Dalton's strategy.
Well, I don't do this like all the time. But every now and then I'll go because Pizza Hut, like the big chain pizza places like that, and I like pizza. They just have like great deals where it's like right now at Pizza Hut, you can get one of their specialty pizzas, a large is like $12.99, $14.99 if you're getting stuffed crust. So it's $14.99.
$14.99.
Definitely their old stuffed crust. But it's like, so it's like a large pizza with like all them toppings is $15. And so like I'll just get like 4 or 5 of those. And
that's your meal plan for the week.
I have like I definitely enjoy a wide variety of cuisines, and I at times I can have a refined palate.
Yeah,
but I
heard
also
Gordon Ramsay
capable.
talk about this. The Pizza Hut cuisine.
Well, no, it's like I've been to fancy restaurants and I'm not a picky eater, so like I do appreciate like good food, but I also am capable of having like the palate of an autistic child.
Survival mode.
Yeah, so it's not survival mode. It's like pizza is one of those things where I'm actually pretty happy eating it every day. Like it's not a food I get tired of. So like I'll get like 4 or 5 pizzas and just like that'll be every meal for me for like the next like 4 or 5 days. And it's like, it's when you think about like what is a pizza? It's bread, cheese, sauce, and then your top. It's got all your food groups. It's a whole food pyramid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get like a supreme pizza, that's like a very well balanced
white supreme pizza.
White supreme pizza. That's well very nutritious package there. That's all your micros and macros or whatever they call it. Yep. Protein, fiber, right
I'm
there.
With you. I get this. You sold me on it.
Yeah. So like, so 4 or 5 pizzas, and it's not, I definitely ate too many earlier, like 5 slices way too much. But yeah, it's like I'll just munch on them throughout the next like week.
Can I give you a life hack?
Sure.
Are you a fan of Whoppers from Burger King?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. They've been doing this now for 15 years and nobody abuses it, and I don't understand why. And I did when I was fucking dirt poor broke. You go, you buy a Whopper, you get the receipt, and on the back of the receipt, you can call in and do a free survey, and they'll give you a code that you write down on the back of that receipt, and you bring it into Burger King, and they give you another free Whopper. When you get that free Whopper, ask for the Whopper was free receipt. Go home, repeat process, rinse and repeat.
Oh, you can chain. Yeah, this is Nick Oldershaw. Nick Oldershaw, a friend of the show, very funny comedian, was talking about this with Popeyes. He was like, people don't know that you can combo chain Popeyes receipts and just keep looping like free Popeyes.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things that
leveraging crypto longs and they're longing Popeyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Most people, because those all that shit on the receipts, most people don't think about. Like most people get their receipts and just crumple them up and throw them away. But you're right. Like I guess if you go rooting around and analyzing your receipts, there's probably like all kinds of deals you're missing that if you just like took the time to do whatever it's asking, you can just keep chaining, doing like Mortal Kombat combos on your Burger King.
One of my
Robbie Goodwin says Panda Express too. I don't have a Panda Express near me, but I wish I did, knowing that now.
So the Panda Express one did go viral for a while, and they had to shut it down for a bit too. There was a couple of different ones with Panda Express, and then there was another one where if you went into Panda Express like 30 minutes before close or something, that they like the food was like half price or free because they don't throw it out or something.
Yeah, it's because it's been in a heat lamp all day.
And they had to get rid of it because people would just order food or whatever and then not pick it up and then come in at the end of the night and be like, hey, did anything not get picked up? Because Little Caesars was another one that if you went in 15 minutes
Shout out Michigan.
Close, they would give you, they don't throw it away. They're supposed to give it away. So people would order a bunch of pizzas, not pick them up, and then come in 15 minutes to close and say, hey, is there any food that didn't get picked up? And then get free food, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Little Caesars.
In the 90s when I worked at Hardee's in high school, our boss was
kings, dude.
Yeah, our boss was pretty chill, and he was like the owner. He's like, yeah, whatever's left over at the end of the night, you guys can take home. I don't care. I'd rather you guys have it than it get thrown in the trash. This is the owner, right? Now, he's never there at closing. So, of course, what do we do every night, like an hour before closing? Make another batch of fried chicken, make 15 ham and cheese sandwiches for the fucking thing. And it's like, these were left over.
Our parents moved back up north, and him and I lived together for like a year or two in Florida, and like we survived off of Hardee's leftovers. Like hot ham and cheese was like a luxury for me. And we also had a nice little life hack with Papa John's. I don't know if it's still a thing, but like on the app, you'd require points for like every $10 you'd spend. And like back, like what Dalton was talking about with Pizza Hut, they'd always have $12 pepperoni pizzas. So I'd buy a bunch of those, and then we'd start using our points and just eating free pizzas all week. I lived like that for 3 or 4 years, man. I miss Papa John's.
Papa John's is tight. Papa John's gets me with that little pepper they throw in. That's
So good.
That's worth paying a little extra. It's a little more than Pizza Hut, but it's like, well, I get the pepper. So
and the garlic butter. The garlic butter and the pepper are just.
Oh yeah,
chef's kiss.
I was just gonna say, and I don't know if this is true, so I got to look this up because somebody was lying to me. I think it's got to be a lie, but so I know Papa John's pizza is vegan minus the cheese, the sauce, and the bread and everything. But told me that the butter sauce is dairy free. It's not real butter.
Problem.
Okay.
Well, it's like the same stuff at movie theaters.
That
I'm sure.
garlic
Some
butter
kind of
sauce
seed oil.
is
Gross.
that garlic butter sauce is vegan. Now I've never tested this theory or had it or looked it up.
Now I don't.
But
Speaking of Papa John's,
I'm gonna look
The
it up right now.
N-word.
Yeah, did you see that thing? I saw you post that about the.
oh yeah, Domino's UK tweeted something yesterday that just said it starts with an N and we all love it. And then I just tweeted it with a picture of John Schnatter.
Yeah, because you
Papa
can
John.
still say the word but love them, right?
It
It's
was,
positive.
What was it? It was let me see. I got it pulled up here. Yeah, it just says starts with N and we all love it. And this is here. I'll just show you this. And this is I just quote tweeted it with this.
Dan Mullen. That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
I did.
That's it. Dan, that one's chat of the night for me, friend.
Oh,
You just want
Dan
chat
said,
of the night.
oh,
the
that's
best,
that's
dude.
good.
He's
If
a-
you order
If you want
14,
no, I like
Papa
Joe.
John's-
I like Joe Hogan's Papa Moulignon Johns.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
We
so
must secure a
according to
future
Papa
for
John's,
ourselves and our
That's
right
right.
cause.
according to the Papa John's official site, the garlic butter is not garlic butter at all, but technically they have to call it garlic sauce because it is dairy free and contains no butter. It's made of soybean oil, water, salt, hydrogenated soybean oil with less than 2% of actual garlic, which is contained through natural flavors in soy lecithin.
So everything a growing boy or girl needs for their healthy bones.
Yeah, so it's heated soy oil. So it's probably why it's so fucking delicious.
I do like soy. I like tofu.
Tastes great.
I got to tell you, I've been eating healthy for like the last 3 months, I want to say, and I'm going to finally break it on Tuesday. Tuesday, McDonald's is bringing back the Ronald and the Grimace and Hamburglar and shit. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down and get a 10-piece adult Happy Meal.
It's
Chicken
not
nuggets.
even. It's the food hasn't changed. They ain't even bringing back like a food item or anything. You're just like, oh, the
mascots
cartoons are back.
They're bringing back the mascots. They're marketing it to my generation because it's all adult
emotional.
Happy Meals.
That
Yeah,
must be part of
yeah.
the sort of right wing shift that this country's having. Like the political and cultural victory of the right wing is like now we can start marketing cheeseburgers to children again.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty
And we're going to
market.
bring back Ronald McDonald, a true champion of right wing politics. Because all that, like I guess it was probably like Michelle Obama and her whole thing, what she spearheaded or spear chucked was that big push for kids to be healthy. So there was like a big effort in this country to like stop marketing like dog shit to children. And so if you notice, like all those cutesy mascots went away, but now that there's been this big shift back to like a right-wing conservative, liberty and freedom and fuck the kids.
Can I just say that Republicans don't care about freedom?
Sure, but under the guise of that, it's like it's like because it's like, dude, that is like a real thing online. Is this sort of like it's like a psychotic kind of mentality they have. The like the return guys. Like I was joking about it earlier on y'all's channel, like the Roman statue laser eyes profile picture accounts, where they'll be like, remember what they took from you. And it'll just be like a picture of Pizza Hut in the 90s. And so it's like, this is what the libs took from you. And I'm like, I don't know if that's like the libs that That was probably just like corporate decision making.
Ever that great? Like, and what did you look at Pizza Hut like it was a monolith of American culture?
Mhm.
It's a Pizza Hut, dude.
Sure.
So I mentioned this when Trump won, and I was like, I can't wait for all the people that followed me, like during the election, bashing Democrats that think I'm a Trump supporter, to like see my libertarian side. And it took, I mean, it's August now, but the right is finally starting to piss me off. Like with the when Sydney Sweeney had the Gene stuff, and I was like, I can't believe the liberals again. The right was pissing me off just as much, posting themselves in jeans like it's a burn. Like we are fascists, and we are like, so I was like, okay, now you're being annoying. So I'm about ready to get like, and seeing all the pro-war people, I'm about ready to like lose the 100 followers.
Well, just all I was saying is it does seem to be like it seems like for a while that there's been this. It seems to me like it's been like a right wing sentiment. Like it's the guys who want to return to tradition, and part of that is like they yearn for the long gone fast food mascots. Like they'll post like what McDonald's used to look like and be like, this is what the world you were born into no longer exists. And it's just like a McDonald's from like 1997. So there maybe there's something to that, or maybe it's just like McDonald's
it's member berries.
As you can see from my brother, that's an effective marketing strategy because he's going back to McDonald's because they brought the mascots back.
And I fully recognize that it's member berries. I know that I'm not going to get anything out of eating that meal. I'll probably give it away, but I want there's something that pulls to me that misses the days of my youth where like I could go and get a Happy Meal and get like a cool toy that I could put up behind me or play with. I miss that.
Well, they have corporations have. This is something I have yapped about quite a bit.
I was going to say I brought up Doug because of this a couple times.
This is one of my usual just things that bothers me is like corporations have made this effort over the last several years to like drain all the color and vibrancy out of like everything they do, to where McDonald's, Taco Bell, all of them are these like brutalist structures that resemble like just like government bureaucracies. Like the McDonald's looks like a fucking DMV now, or a bank, and so it has like, and the cost of fucking all the food is gone up. So there's no joy to be found at McDonald's anymore. So it's like they probably are feeling that in their profit margins. Like, yeah, you made McDonald's this like hostile environment that's way too expensive for what it is. So if you want to goad people and actually paying $17 for a fucking Big Mac combo, you're going to need Ronald McDonald and Grimace. You're going to need something that like gives people some joy to distract them from the fact that they just spent way too much money on this bullshit.
I thought you were going to say that they start tapping into nostalgia, and I hate nostalgia. It makes me sick to my stomach. But I always bring up Doug on the show, saying Doug is like, when I think of nostalgia, I think of Doug. He soaks it up. He loves nostalgia. Maybe it's because I had a bad childhood and it brings me back to that bad place. But nostalgia, John Denver songs make me sick to my stomach. They don't bring me.
Well, I'm not nostalgic over John Denver songs.
No, but like he has the songs like singing about like whatever, and it makes me feel like it makes me feel like I wasted my life. It doesn't make me yearn for my 20s. It makes me feel like, man, I wasted my 20s on stuff that could have been positive for society.
Yo, I agree with this. Fuck the past.
Yeah, dude. I'm like a fuck the past type guy too.
I'm not nostalgic.
I look to the past and say, I'm kind of black when I look to the past. I say, that wasn't that good for me.
And see, I feel like my mid-20s and most of my 30s were like that for me because I just got lost in opiates, where when I look back at my childhood and my middle school years, I'm like, yeah, that was 80s and the 90s. It was Nickelodeon. It was Ren and Stimpy, Beavis and Butthead. Like, that's the shit. like I like doing the show with my brother, and I like doing the political stuff and the news stuff when people come on and they can make it interesting for me. But the reality is, like, I really don't give a shit anymore, especially after the last couple of years. Like, yeah, I love nostalgia because it's better than the reality I live in. And if I've only got a certain amount of time left, I'm just going to enjoy it with the shit that I love. That's all I can control, you know? I don't mean to get heavy or serious.
No, the nostalgia that we do share is when I was really young and I was like very anarchistic and free spirit. We used to just ride our bikes from sunrise, get on our bikes, just ride all day, get lunch from a stranger, ride our bikes in the woods, come home with the streetlights. So when I got my bike during the pandemic and picked that back up again, where I was riding in the woods, I was like, oh, I'm free again. I love life. When I see you posting those pictures of you and your bike, that brings up a happy feeling for me on my bike. And I'm like, I'm so happy for Doug that he found this thing again, because you're getting healthy and I can tell how much you love it. Not to be gay.
Thanks, man. No, I appreciate that, dude.
You know, yeah, it's a joy to watch when you post that stuff. So
it's a feeling I never thought I'd get.
Gay no more. I am delivered.
You just got a great $20 fucking super chat.
What does this mean? Enter the shrine of the silver monkey.
Are you kidding me? Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Oh, okay.
Olmec.
Yes, yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I watched it. I just don't remember
for life.
I don't remember that that's what it was called. I do remember watching it and just like feeling frustrated because I'm like, why is nobody able to figure this fucking thing out?
What is it? An Indiana Jones movie?
No, it was like a game show,
Nickelodeon show.
It was a Nickelodeon game show obstacle course where they would have.
We are racist.
All right.
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Okay, sorry. I had just.
I thought it was
where they would have groups of kids and they would put them into teams where it was like the red monkeys and the fucking blue octopuses or whatever.
And Olmec
sweet shirts.
And Olmec would be the wise temple.
Yeah, and they would have like a like a big Aztec old Toltec fucking temple stone head, and it would some kind of puppetry where it'd be like ooga ooga booga booga booga.
Every show back then needed what I call a Zordon character. He was that show's Zordon.
It was like actual real people who had to like fly to Orlando and sign a waiver and put on these helmets or whatever, and they had to go through this like it was like an Aztec themed obstacle course where there was like ooga booga spear guys waiting in the walls that would just jump out and grab them. It was like
such a great.
Honestly, what it looked like was like a fucking like one of the levels from like Crash Bandicoot, but in real life, where the kids had to fucking go. The kids had to do a Crash Bandicoot level for real, and so there was all these different kinds of guys that would pop out of the walls and tackle them. And then the fucking thing at the end was like some little, it was like a little monkey they had to put together.
Okay.
And it was
just getting a little too much.
And I remember watching it and just feeling just every episode I was just frustrated and fucking angry because I'm like, why are they having so much trouble putting this fucking monkey together? It doesn't look like it should be that difficult, but they couldn't seem to get it. And then something would happen, they get knocked off into the foam blocks. And then what was even the prize? It was like they get to go shopping at Toys R Us or something.
Yeah, it would always be something kid related.
It was never the prize was not that much. It was
like a free pass to Universal for the day or whatever theme park Nickelodeon was part of.
There was another one that was the most bizarre version of those. Not Guts, not Double Dare. It was like the fucking the Crypt Keepers Crypt dude, it was a Tales from the Crypt themed show like that where the host was the Crypt Keeper, but it was an obstacle show like Legends of the
I had no idea.
Dude, I swear I'm not making this up. It was like the Crypt Keepers Crypt of Excellence, most extreme crypt challenge. Dude, it was so fucking weird. It was Tales from the Crypt was
I found it.
Yeah, it was like Tales from the Crypt had like taken off at that point. It was like,
Was it on HBO?
No,
No.
it was on CBS. It was called Secrets of the Crypt Keeper's Haunted House. It's an American children's Saturday morning game show that ran on CBS. It premiered in 1996. And it featured the crypt. I've never heard of this until today. And
it was so fucking weird because like the Tales from the Crypt, the show was like an anthology series that when I was a kid, I remember when I was that age, it fucking scared the shit out of me. Just like what the Crypt Keeper looked and sounded like, I thought was really scary at that age. But then there was this fucking game show on CBS that was for children, but it was hosted by the Crypt Keeper.
Oh,
and,
I do
and they
remember this now.
I just looked it up on YouTube because they got all the episodes on YouTube, and they used like the legitimate puppet from the HBO show. I thought,
yes,
I know
it's the puppet, and it's still John Kassir is like the doing the voice. Yeah, it was a really strange show.
Wow. Dan, I'm not gonna lie, I'm with you on this. That's where I thought this was gonna lead to. When Dalton brought it up, I'm like, is this gonna lead to like we're gonna end at Are You Afraid of the Dark, like a random episode with the Crypt Keeper?
No,
good show, but not a game show.
This was a real thing that was on CBS that was like Legends of the Hidden Temple, but you would go. They had to go through the fucking mansion from the intro to Tales from the Crypt, and it was
cool.
I mean, honestly, now as an adult, this does sound cool. It's just like such an odd thing because like Tales from the Crypt, the actual show was like very much for adults. Like there's not something kids should be watching. But then you would go to CBS and they had this show, and then there was a cartoon called Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
Yep,
that was
Saturday morning.
Yeah,
that was a Saturday morning one. And John Casser did the voice for that too, and that I remember. This one I never heard of. But looking at it, just like the YouTube thumbnails, like they show you like the opening of the video, and the way you're describing it's accurate and it looks really cool. But it also looks like they use the puppet from the show, but it looks like more like an amusement park ride version of it, like a mechanical something you'd buy at Home Depot.
Yeah. It just looks like one of those motion activated like Spirit Halloween.
Does anybody remember the Pinball Wizard episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I think so.
Where they go to the mall and the mall turns into a pinball machine.
This started with me and Dave being like, man, I hate nostalgia, try to live in the moment.
And then we all go down the nostalgia.
Now we're just like, dude, do you remember this? Do you remember this?
Guys, I don't mean to brag, but I'm kind of an inspiration.
This is why I've kind of zoned out. Like, and this doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me like hate it. But like when I'm sitting in my car and what's a song? Fame, I Want to Live Forever, right? The one that Jay-Z covered or whatever.
Oh, the Jay-Z one?
The Jay-Z version of it just kind of talks like about immortality and how you're gonna die, and it starts making me think about like, have I accomplished enough and all this, and it makes me sick. So I'm like, I want to ignore that and go back to being a dumb idiot in the moment.
Dude,
Stop making me reflect on my life. I tune into music to be happy. Stop
Rocco's Modern Life was
putting me in another time. I want to be where I am right now.
I do agree with this that Rocco's was better than Doug. Yeah. And Rocco's had the best version aside from King of the Hill. Now King of the Hill just came back, but prior to this new King of the Hill, Rocco did the best version of like rebooting a show that had ended fucking years ago, because they did like one episode. I think it was like 2019, where it was like a 45 minute Rocco's Modern Life special.
Rocco 2?
What?
There's a Rocco's Modern Life 2?
No. Yeah, it was like it was that they revived the series. Was it Netflix though?
They did not even revive the series. They did one episode where it was like 45 minutes. It was like a special. And the
Rocco's
whole
Modern Life, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yes, yeah, and the whole premise was that Rocco and Heifer, and what was the turtle's name? Norman or something. The fucking Woody Allen turtle.
Filbert. I forget the name.
Filbert.
I'm nauseous. I'm nauseous.
Yeah. They had in their dog Sparky. They had been gone for however many years, because at the end of the original series, like they went to space or something. So they've been gone, and they finally have made it back to Earth after all these years. But everything's changed, and so Rocco wants to watch his favorite show from when the original show was on, what was it? It was called like the Big Heads or something.
That was the Neighbors.
There was a name, but there was like a show within a show that Rocco was a fan of, and he wants to watch. He wants to watch the new episodes, but they tell him this show's been off the air for years, and so his quest is like to get the show back on the air. So he's got to find the neighbor's kid who was like the showrunner back, when Rocco's Modern Life was originally on, and convince them to reboot the show. And so their kids all grown up now, and they've transitioned, so they're trans now. But the whole premise of the whole special is just that, like, yeah, things change, things end, and you're never going to be able to reclaim anything from the past. And you should just like make peace with the fact that the only constant is change. And so it's almost like a meta textual.
Yeah. Hollywood's followed their own advice, and they've done a lot of changing. They just come up with new, fresh, and intellectual properties and making new shit all the time.
Well, but I thought that whoever did this was like saying to the audience, like, I'll give you this one episode, but the whole what I'm trying to say to you is let it go. Rocco's Modern Life is done. It's off we're not going to do it anymore. But every now and then they bring something back it's good again. Like the new King of the Hill, I was like terrified of them bringing that back because I was like, man, just let it be. You made it was perfect from like 97 to 2010 when it originally ran, and I was like, I just don't want you to like sully the King of the Hill legacy. Don't show me some husk of what once was.
Yeah. But
Mike Judge is very good at. I guess it's because he actually cares about what he's doing. I don't know, but he has a good batting average on making shows and then bringing them back.
Well, that's him and that other dude though too, right? It's not just.
If you name any Hollywood reboot from the last 15 years, just name it. I have not seen it, and I refuse to watch them.
The show,
I absolutely refuse.
What about the show Reboot?
I have no clue what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, Douglas might know.
The Canadian CGI cartoon.
Yeah,
that was a cool show. I think you did
seen that one.
You know, remember Reboot? It was early. I think it was the first like cartoon on TV that was completely CGI, and I think they made it in Canada. But the whole premise was that it took place inside of a computer, and so it was all the computer programs and shit.
And it was computers progressing into different types of like megabyte, terabyte, and then
so the main villains were what, megabyte and hexadecimal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just retarded.
It was awesome. It was cool shit. And I think they did actually bring it back for a little bit, and it was the reboot of Reboot.
Yeah, man.
I haven't seen the King of the Hill reboot because I wasn't as big up on. Man.
Joseph, yeah, that dude. That scene was so funny. When it's a clip that's been going around online a lot, but Joseph front flipping into a garbage bag.
Thanks for the super chats.
Fuck yeah.
We like money.
What were you saying? You haven't watched it yet?
I haven't watched it yet because like I like King of the Hill, but I never really watched every episode or finished it. Like there was other things that I just got involved in, but I like Mike Judge, like you said, his batting average. I like his movies quite a bit, even the ones that are like lesser known. Like I thought Extract was good, but I have seen very funny. And I like the Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe movie. And I watched the first couple episodes of the Revival series, and those were fucking funny. I just never stuck with it. I guess now they're coming out with like season 3 of that too. And he seems to be killing it right now.
Yeah, the new King of the Hill, I was worried. I was like, oh man.
Can I ask a question? Are the characters age, or are they just picking up right where they left off?
Yeah, they've aged. There's been like a time jump. So Bobby is 21 now, and then everybody else is like older.
All right.
Is he still whacking off in the trailer?
So Doug mentioned to me that he didn't tag you or whatever, but he had posted a King of the Hill thing and said, I'm watching the new King of the Hill. and grown up Bobby is just Dalton, and you can't tell me anything else.
I got
And I
compared to.
commented, I can guarantee you Dalton probably cried during this because of that. And
It's-
you did say you got emotional. So do you want to share?
I
how
got compared
emotional
to
you got?
Bobby. I've been getting compared to Bobby Hill my entire life, so
Yeah.
that checks out.
Dude,
Yeah, I mean, I got emotional for reason. I mean, this is like actually sad, I guess, like because like in the show, like Bob, I always got compared to Bobby because there are a lot of similarities. Just husky boys who wish they were comedians. So I definitely got compared to Bobby a lot, and now he's an adult, right? So like in the new season. Bobby and Joseph are still like best friends, and they're actually roommates. And so they've grown up together, and they like in adulthood they're still close. I got emotional because like my closest friend from when I was a kid into adulthood, he died. So I'm like, yeah, I don't have that with anybody. So that was like what was making me kind of like sad.
So if you guys know the Dalton lore, that was something that he was going through when he was in New York City. And it got to a point where people were making fun of it, and Dalton wasn't ready to make fun of it yet. If you watched him,
it was a mess. It was all a fucking mess, and so many people on the internet are either
well,
mean.
It wasn't just people on the internet; it was also comedians.
It was also one of the guys I did a fucking show with.
Yeah.
Is it a comedian we know? Out of curiosity. Because I'll boycott them for the rest of my life.
There's a comedian he did a show with, and that comedian was not in the chat earlier. How about that?
Yeah, no.
You should be able to figure it out from there.
What does it say? I don't think
it was a very short comedian, dude. Yeah.
Drew, I love you, but your microphone is so fucked up. Goodbye, Drew. Every time he went to say something, it was like choppy.
Well, here we go. Here's the crossover episode. Yeah.
Do what?
So let's change something. So since you just brought up one of your traumas, Dalton, and I've been through this, I got the link here. Play the link here in the private chat. We'll be quiet and let Paul and Douglas experience Robbie Williams without any explanation.
I just want to reiterate. I'm not. Hold on. I'm not mad at Drew. I'm not upset with Drew. It's just that every time he would go to say something, it just was not coming through clear, and it was kind of like for me, kind of interrupting the flow and feeling still making things feel kind of still.
That's not true. Dalton private chatted me. He said, "I'm very upset with Drew. He's no longer a friend of the show.
He sucks.
We're going to war. He's never allowed on again." And I said, "Okay, your show, man. If that's what you want to do to our number one fan, Drew."
I would love to keep Drew here so he can smoke cigarettes and drink beers, but every time he would go to say something, his microphone was like too fucked up. So,
Drew, I want you to know I love and respect you.
Oh, so yeah, we were talking about on y'all's show over on Sibling Revelry, only on Free Speech Rumble. We were talking about biopics, biopic movies, and how biopics mostly suck, except for Walk Hard.
Walk Hard is amazing.
But then the one that came out last year about Robbie Williams, Better Man, where he's portrayed as a chimpanzee, but everybody else is people. I thought it was like a really good movie, and it was so effective at telling his story that you kind of get lost in it, where you like almost kind of forget that it's weird that he's a chimpanzee. Like it just becomes natural to the movie. And because it's like it hits all the beats of like the emotions of a biopic, like where like by the end of it, I was like kind of tearing up. I was like, damn, dude, this guy's been through so much, but he made it. So I thought that was probably, aside from Walk Hard, the best of those like music biopics I've seen. It's just like nobody in the States knows who Robbie Williams is.
So I didn't know who he was. And Dalton's like, how do you not know who he is? Here, let's watch a video of his.
I think we watched this on the show.
We're going to show you. I went into this blind.
Yeah, we watched this on PornFed before.
Yeah.
But you guys haven't seen this because
I've not seen it, yeah.
This was
Don't ruin like.
No, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's
yeah.
like there were a couple attempts to make Robbie Williams a success in the United States, and so in the early 2000s, he did get a music video that got some airtime on MTV, and I remember just being one of the few people who happened to turn on MTV at one of the times this actually aired. Now, this video caught some heat. It upset quite a few people, and so it was not on TV that much.
I'm getting some anxiety because I really want them to go in blind.
And so that's all I'll say about this.
Yeah, and then we can have the talk on the other
The
side.
The song is really good. The song is great, and the sequence in the movie when they do this song is nothing like this music video, and that whole dance number in the movie with this song is really good. Yeah. This music video is, you guys just gotta watch it.
Yeah, we'll talk on the back end because I want them to go in blind and watch this.
This is making me nervous.
No, it's on YouTube.
No, I mean,
whatever this is, I'm in.
Just watch it, dude.
Me with the floor show, kicking with your torso. Boys getting high and the girls even more so. Wave your hands if you're not with a man. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. I got, you got, we got everybody. I got the gift, gonna stick it in the goal. It's time to move your body. Babylon back in business. Can I get a witness? Every girl, every man. Houston, do you hear me? Ground control, can you feel me? Need permission to live. I don't wanna rock, DJ. But you're making me feel so nice.
It's worth it.
Good song.
The payoff's gonna be worth it.
DJ, 'cause you're keeping me up all night.
it's like a young Hank Azaria.
Music for your masses. No head, no backstage passes. Have a proper giggle, I'll be quite polite. But when I rock the mic, I rock the mic. You got no love, then you're with the wrong man. It's time to move your body. If you can't get a girl, but your best friend can, it's time to move your body. I don't wanna be sleazy. Baby, just tease me. Got no family plan.
I can see why Dave likes this.
Well,
Stick with it, though. I was like, why is Dalton showing this?
so far it feels like a scene out of Zoolander. What the fuck?
I'm in it.
Oh, dude.
You gotta understand he's
Good
European.
song.
This is European too.
Keeping me up all night.
This is ridiculous.
You're making me feel so nice. When's it gonna stop? DJ,
Eye of the tiger, baby.
you're keeping me up all night. It ain't easy. Most of you fleece
Doors
me
off.
every night. It ain't easy.
I would have loved to have been in the pitch meeting for this video.
It's alright.
Your tiny penis scared them all off.
Come on.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Hellraiser? Is he Uncle Frank? We have such sights to show you.
I'm glad Paul's having the same experience that I had watching you.
What the
What the fuck?
Seriously, when is it gonna stop, DJ?
You ain't got much left. Do the bones fall apart?
It's good stuff. It's a good song.
All right.
Hold on.
All right.
Was
Is that the whole video?
Was
Yeah.
the payoff not worth it?
All right.
Holy shit, dude. What
Before we get
did I
into the
just watch?
conversation we're about to have, I just want to say I miss 90s heroin whores.
Oh,
miss-
yes.
Oh, they're back,
Yeah.
dude. You know Dasha?
I don't. Who's Dasha?
Dasha Nekrasova. We'll get into it later.
She's a
Um,
married
right.
lady.
But yeah, so that came on that aired on MTV like a couple times and it upset enough people that they were like, all right, we'll stop.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Dude, all
But
right, so
I
you guys
saw
are
it. I
slightly
was-
traumatized right now, correct?
I was probably like
Not even a
It's a
little.
little wild.
I was probably like 6 or 7 when I saw that. Like it came on and I was just watching MTV and I did not, like you guys, I was not expecting that to happen. And it like bothered me so much. I started crying. And I just was like, mommy. It bothered me so much, dude.
And for
Holy
good
shit.
reason. So
And it
first
just-
of
yeah.
all, it starts off like a 90s Euro techno thing. So you're like, okay, no big deal. Then it gets like homoerotic and you're like, okay, this is I'm feeling uncomfortable. Is this why Dalton is making me do this? And then when that stage that both of you guys were like, oh God, what's going on?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the payoff.
Well, I didn't know what to make of it at first. Like it really did seem like a scene out of Zoolander when he's doing the dance off with Hansel.
Yeah, that's the joke, is that he's trying to perform sexily for all the women at that roller disco to get their attention, but he can't seem to get them to be interested in him. They're just ignoring him. And so then eventually he has to tear his own skin and flesh and muscle off.
I took it of it like he's trying to, like, he's later in his career, the audience wants a piece of him, and he's literally like, how much do I have to bear now for you guys to pay attention to me? And he's like, I'm here dancing, you're not paying attention. I got my shirt off, you're not paying attention. I'm in my underwear, you're not paying attention. I'm naked, I'm literally bearing my naked body, and you're still ignoring me. And then he like rips himself open.
Yeah, I guess
that's attention.
that is a deeper analysis,
Yeah.
and maybe that is a.
But that's kind of how I took it. I think it was meant to be both ways, Dalton. Like
Yes, art has many interpretations, but yeah, but when you're 6 years old, you don't understand metaphor or subtext. So to
Dude,
me, I just was like, "Is he okay?"
I was 49 when you showed that to me, and it messed my sleep pattern.
It does something. Yeah, it does something.
Well, I
tell you what, we were
initially
talking about time travel earlier. If time travel was real, the new top thing on my list I'd want to go back for is the pitch meeting for that video and just be a fly on the wall.
Well,
and hear
Go
how
into
that
the
got
meat lock-
spitballed.
You go into the meat locker, you come out in the field, and they're like, you got 3 hours to save JFK. And you're like, sorry, I got to teach
Shit, man, how do I get to London? I gotta fly to London to try and meet with Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
You
I
walk
think-
into the meeting, it's just everybody smoking crack, and you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
I think he had, because he wasn't like Michael Jackson level famous, but he was extremely. I think even now he's still like extremely successful and popular, just like all over the world. But we're isolated from it in America. Like when that movie came out, everybody was like, "Who? Like why should I give a shit about it? Like, I don't know who this guy is." And that became a thing on Twitter where like, because Twitter is every country, everybody was like, y'all think y'all are special because y'all don't know who Robbie Williams is? And it's like, no, it's just like, well, who is he? We don't know
Yeah.
Who is the guy?
That's the other thing with like nowadays. You were talking about YouTube Premium on Corn-Fed yesterday with Sal, and I have YouTube Premium. It's one of the few services I pay for, no commercials, but I use YouTube
Same.
Music, and you can get your music so niche that like I'm listening to like NWA, Poor Righteous Teachers, Wu-Tang Clan, and then Miley Cyrus is like on my list. And so I'm not, unless you tell me about Robbie Williams, he's not coming up in my recommendation. So I'm kind of in my bubble of what I've created.
Yeah,
of
and it's
music.
it's not a matter of just like, because I was aware of him when the movie was being advertised initially. But it's not just a matter of like Googling Robbie Williams, which it does seem like people have lost the ability to do even that. So I mean, that is a whole other thing.
Well, you go to ChatGPT and you say, "If I could Google, what would I do?" And then it tells you, "This is what you would do if you could."
This is what you would
I don't
Google.
think people have a frame of reference for like how famous he was globally, like here in America. Like I don't think people don't really get a sense of that unless you watch the movie. The movie does.
Did you become a big Robbie Williams follower when this happened?
The movie kind of made me a believer. That movie was so fucking good. I was like, I can't believe we didn't get any of this music except for that one scary music video.
See, I remember the name Robbie Williams, and I knew he was like an artist, but I always knew him as like some guy from like a reality show, like an America's Got Talent or UK's Got Talent. I didn't know he was this big of a guy, but when that chimp movie came out, like I did take notice of it. I just never bothered watching it because I'm like, man, I don't know anything about the guy. But after seeing that, I'm curious now.
I'm telling you,
the flow, but we have some other Gen Xers here for a second. Raphael just said Dave was listening to NWA and Wu-Tang Clan for the news. If you grew up on like old school hip hop, right? Did you guys get your news from hip hop?
Doug was the hip hop guy. I was not into hip hop.
So like meaning like I didn't know about like the Ebola virus or like E. coli and stuff until I was like listening to Wu-Tang lyrics. And I didn't understand about like certain things that the government was hiding from you until I heard like a mixtape about it. Is that an individual?
I think it's that nowadays the only people listening to what you would call old school hip hop 90s rap is like white Gen X guys. The YNs, you know, the black youth, they can be listening to that. Black people can be listening to that shit.
I was saying that's how you got your like punk music and rap music is where I got my news. Like what's going on in Seattle. Like if you didn't know the cops were like breaking up a protest unless you heard a song about it. They weren't reporting that on the news. We didn't have InfoWars or cell phone cameras.
I learned about the LA riots through Sublime.
Yeah.
So I kind of relate to this.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry, back to
I went to Subway yesterday.
I did too, funny enough. I did that too.
But just for cookies.
Oh, you just got what's your go-to cookie? What's your go-to cookie?
At Subway, my favorite is the white chocolate macadamia.
I'm an oatmeal
guy.
That's the shit.
A cookie sheet now, right?
They have a foot long cookie. I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I got 3 chocolate chips.
If I didn't know if you went to Pizza Hut, bought 5 pizzas, and then went and got 5 foot long cookies and put those.
That's a good idea. No, I just
got for cookies at Subway. Buy 3.
I just got 3 chocolate chip and 3 white chocolate macadamia, and it was like $4. It was good. They're good cookies. Subway should have pivoted to cookies. Like the sandwiches are fucking.
They've always been making them. They
should have become. They should have realized, especially after Jared Fogle, like once their like spokesperson, like the face of the company,
inspirational hero Jared Fogle.
Yeah, once the face of the company is revealed to be a vile pedophile, they should have
What are you talking about?
You haven't heard?
Like, all right, first of all, fucking kids is really bad. Do not do this. Like, if you're listening at home, this is financial advice. Do not.
I am on team. Don't fuck children.
But if we learn anything from Jared Fogle, it's a hell of a carrot on the stick if you're trying to lose weight and be sexy. Obviously, you know, like if you want to lose a lot of weight, you need a goal that's, you know, at the apex of your interests that you can dangle. And that was probably one of the things that helped him
dangle anything in front of kids.
Look, we've already addressed that it's not morally good.
I don't want to get into the weeds. I don't want to get in the weeds on pedophilia.
It's
Socrates,
a hell of a carrot.
I'm saying that like Plato. When Subway has to try and like do damage control on this whole situation, they should, like, when they regroup, they should have said, all right, so like the face of sandwiches is a pedophile. So like sandwiches, people are you know, not too thrilled about Subway right now, especially the sandwiches. They don't even like the sandwiches aren't even that good, and they're the official sandwich of pedophilia. So they should say, you know what people do really love at Subway is cookies. Let's just like
cookies didn't fuck no kids.
Yeah, our whole fucking marketing for the last like 20 years has been like you'll get
And
skinny.
who loves cookies?
You'll get skinny eating our sandwiches, but then it's like, okay, well the sandwiches are for pedophiles, so it's like forget even trying to be healthy. It's like what's healthier than not fucking kids?
Look,
so it's like
listen, if you
get
love
rid of the
Subway
sandwiches and
and you have a
pivot to
kid, come in and get a free cookie. We apologize to all the children out there. We didn't mean that for the guy to do that to you. Free cookie for all the kids.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine being the CEO when this news broke and you now have to go in front of a camera and explain why you spent the last 20 years paying for this guy to go into elementary schools and educate children on nutrition? Because that's what he did for Subway. They paid for him to go to school.
They had to do damage control, but it's like part of that should have just been like, we're done. Like we're off sandwiches. We're pivoting exclusively. To cookies.
I got a feeling we're never going to get the Subway list.
I bet the Subway list doesn't even exist. You should probably just forget about that, Dave.
Yeah.
The Subway list is pepperoni, salami, ham, lettuce, tomato, black olives.
Why they got to be black?
Yeah, this is true. You may never get skinny Dalton. that might not ever happen.
So honestly,
but my point is seriously is they should have, because I mean maybe it was a far-fetched idea at the time, but in the years since there's been there's been a few places that have had great success being like doing just cookies. You got Insomnia Cookies, Crumble. And then like smaller but there's like places that exist that all they do is cookies and cookie accessories.
So if Dalton was king of the world, Crumble wouldn't exist and it'd be Subway on top of the cookie game.
I'm just saying, I just think Subway could have like just completely overhauled their image, like what the company is, and just been like, yeah, we're just gonna do cookies now.
We're pivoting from this whole pedophile thing.
Because if I go to a Subway nowadays, I'm never going there to get a sandwich. I'll get my sandwiches from either Jimmy John's or Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, dude, well, come
baby.
on. Jersey Mike's is good. Jimmy John's sucks. I love Jersey Mike's though.
I like Jimmy John's. Jersey Mike's is the best, but in a pinch, I'll get Jimmy John's.
I'll tell you. So we used to watch Happy Gilmore like almost every day and get Subway and joke around with one another, being like, "Hey, I went to Subway. The guy there gave me extra meatballs," and do the whole Subway bit with me and my college buddies. So the beauty of Subway was you could get an actual 12-inch jammed full Subway grinder for $5.
Yes,
and then they also had coupons which were like 2 for like $7.50 or whatever. So the three of us would put in $7.50 and split two large subs between three guys when we were broke. If you go to
Subway now, a fucking the Italian BMT is like $13, and it's like,
yeah,
how is it that this restaurant was better with the pedophile?
Well, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to get to earlier. It's a hell of a carrot to put out there. The temptation of that.
You would think you would be as a company Subway, you would be on your fucking hands and knees begging us, giving us every fucking deal you could think of. Since the fucking face of your company was a disgusting pedophile, but it's like, no, a goddamn fucking Subway sandwich is $15. Shove that up your ass, dude.
Well, that's the problem.
I'll go to fucking, even if you don't like Jimmy John's. First off, is better than Subway. Secondly, it's cheaper and it's a better sandwich. So it's like, fuck you, Subway. You protected a pedophile for 20 years.
That's
and
the thing.
You increased the price. You got rid of $5 foot long. It's a fucking $15 foot long.
Even right now, if they had the same quality, but they could get it down to $5.
I'm so fucking upset.
If you get it down to $5, I think people could forgive them. Here's the other thing. Just we were talking about McDonald's earlier. I don't eat McDonald's or whatever, or Wendy's. They don't have like vegan options for me. But you could, with my buddies or whatever, like when they're like, "Oh, I want a burger," like you would literally just go, "Okay, we're gonna go to Chili's right across the street and get a much higher quality burger with quality fries in a nice atmosphere for literally the same price." you can get like a off the grill real
I went
burger
to
in a sit down restaurant for the same price as McDonald's.
A couple weeks ago, I went to a Waffle House, sat at the bar.
Oh, I miss rub it in, asshole.
You cannot fit inside the booth.
So good.
I had to sit at the bar.
Wait, did they the booths? The booths are nailed down.
Dude, the booths at Waffle House don't even.
They're not made for big people.
Thank you, dude.
They're not.
I had this conversation with Robbie, and Robbie was giving me shit about this, where he's like,
"No, I get it now.
How could you not fit in a booth?" It's like you don't understand the Waffle
They don't
House.
want black people to eat in.
They're from 1976. They have not changed.
Those booths are one solid like metal piece that's like welded into the shape of a booth and then bolted into the wall.
Yep.
There's no flexibility in the booth. So if you're of a certain size, you have to like squeeze into that thing, and it's just pressing against your.
I feel like BuzzFeed right now because it's like Waffle House booths racist, and I think they literally are keeping them small so black people will get.
No, it's just I don't know. It's not that. I don't know why.
Have you seen the average black
it's probably just a money thing because like every Waffle House is like
get them out of here after they get the money, you know.
No, because black people love Waffle House. That's not gonna like dissuade.
Yeah, they're not gonna sit there because they can't fit in the booths.
No, but there are other places to sit in a Waffle House. You have like you can sit.
They got the counter.
The counter.
When I was down south, I think I told you this, and the chat made fun of me, but I'm right. I saw a Waffle House and I thought, oh, I'm in danger right now.
No.
So anytime I saw a Waffle House,
it's just because you're racist.
I'm in a bad
I don't. The only time that there would be any sort of like
I don't like the term
event
racist.
or scene at a Waffle House is maybe if it's like 3 or 4 in the morning and like maybe a bunch of drunk people are in there. But typically, it's just it's just Southern hospitality all around. It's actually one of the more quaint places you can be.
Yeah. Well, you know about the Waffle House Index, right? Like the government uses Waffle House as a barometer of how bad a storm is.
Natural
Waffle House,
Waffle
House has their like own internal FEMA team that like whenever a restaurant is in an affected area, they have a team on standby to come in and keep the Waffle House running during the disaster to feed like all the first responders and shit like that. Waffle House is pretty dope, dude.
That. Yeah, check it out. I'll answer this question in the chat. Is Waffle House worse than Denny's? Waffle House is the best out of the three chain diners, IHOP, Denny's, and Waffle House. Waffle House is the best because they don't have as big of a menu, but everything they have, they do really well.
Yep.
Whereas if you go to IHOP or Denny's, they do, they have fucking chicken fried steaks and burgers and steak and eggs and 20 different kinds of like cheesecake, pancakes, or whatever. And so they don't do any one thing. They don't do anything particularly well, though they have a big menu, but none of it's that good. Whereas like if you go to Waffle House,
everything's a banger.
And you could just like sit there and watch, the black guy cook your food right there at the grill.
Great. I mean, Jay Dinez has really nailed it here in the chat, saying Greek diners are the best, and I gotta agree.
Well, I agree with him on that, but when it comes to like the 3 chains, I agree with Dalton. I agree with him on Greek diners because I do like a good Greek diner, but I also agree that Waffle House is the best out of the 3 mainstays. They got great pecan waffles. They got the best hash browns. I would argue anybody on that one.
It's not even a contest. It's Waffle House, Denny's, IHOP in that order.
Yeah, but the reason I started talking about this is that I went to a Waffle House like a couple weeks ago. And I got like a full steak and eggs breakfast.
Did you make it a waffle home?
No. My credit is not good. I can't get approved for the loan on a waffle home.
No problem. Just
I can't. I don't even know.
You sound like you really loved it, so you brought
all these years of not paying bills.
all my money is tied up in waffle escrow.
All the fathers who went out for cigarettes work at Waffle House now.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you went to Waffle House.
I got a full steak and eggs breakfast for I think like the steak and egg because the regular breakfast is like the steakums, like the cheese steak and eggs. It's like the steak strips.
Yeah.
I upgraded to the Delmonico steak and eggs. And I think it was still only like $14 for a full steak and eggs breakfast, and then add a waffle. That's a good deal. Yeah, you add a waffle is like $4.
Yeah.
So I got out a full steak and eggs breakfast with a waffle for less than $20. Whereas like if you go to Subway or McDonald's, Wendy's, or any of that, you're gonna spend as much on like shitty fast food.
And what's probably cool about Waffle House too is you can tip like they owe you reparations too when you're in there. You don't have to tip like a real tip.
Yeah. By the way, for those who are tuning in, who are watching, and you're in the chat, you can just go ahead and leave if you want to comment on my health. That's not what this is for. So don't try and speculate on my. Don't comment. I don't need. I'm doing a show here, and you don't know like the dearth of what I do day to day. Anyway, so it's like if I talk about a meal I have here and there, it's not like I'm doing that all the time. But also, I'm not. Look. First off, I have no respect for anyone or anything anybody has to say. Do a super chat, give me money. That's the extent of our relationship. Myself
like a Vietnamese hooker.
Yeah,
I get it.
So honestly,
I get it, and I support it.
Compared to the 5 Pizza Hut pizzas, the Waffle House breakfast is a really good macro. What you had mentioned is not that bad.
If you do just
the steak,
one of the better meals
steak and eggs with the hash browns, that's actually not that steak,
potatoes
eggs
are extremely good for you.
Now you add that waffle with all that syrup.
Do you know why
their pecan waffles are so good?
Do you know why Waffle House is Waffle House? Like, do you know how the name came to be?
Why is it? No.
So the 2 owners who founded it are best friends who were war buddies. They were veterans who served together. And when they came out and they decided they wanted to start a company, they landed on a restaurant. And the next thing was, what do they want to specialize in? They knew they wanted to be breakfast food. So they went through all the pricing of every breakfast food, and the highest profit margin was waffles. So they named the company Waffle House because they knew if this is what our sign says, people order the most profitable thing on the menu.
That makes sense. I mean, when you go to most affordable hotels or motels, like the continental breakfast always is like fruit cereal, and then they always have a waffle maker there.
Yeah, that's the best waffle. It's awesome. Is when you're staying at a La Quinta and you fill up a plastic cup with batter.
Hell yeah!
And you pour it in the thing that's shaped like Texas. That's the best waffle you're gonna get. So you pour it, they have that waffle iron in Texas. All the waffle irons they got at those places are shaped like Texas.
I fucking love that.
You pour it in there and you close it and clamp it down and twist it. And then you just wait a minute or two and it beeps and you got a fresh waffle. And you could make it, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. You can make 50 waffles if you want,
Kind of back to that whole thing that Paul was saying earlier with the receipts and the Infinite Glitch and the Popeyes. You can just walk into a La Quinta. They don't check IDs. You want free breakfast, you can just walk in there.
Act like you belong there.
Yeah, if you walk in with confidence, you're walking out of there with a plate of waffles.
Money, please. I like that.
Hey, real quick, Mike, do you guys know Michael Hall in chat? Obviously, he's one of your chatters.
Michael Hall is a dear friend.
He's also Dexter. Michael C. Hall is also
branch?
Dexter.
Shout out vets. Shout out Sumo Dog.
Oh, yeah, Michael is a vet. He was a chaplain in the Army, I believe.
Army?
Yeah.
I'm Navy, brother.
People were bringing up Greek diners, and I grew up in the Northeast, and so my whole upbringing was in pizza restaurants. And I didn't go to New York or anywhere where there was Greek diners until I was in my 20s, right? So my whole life, I would go to Greek pizza restaurants, and I was just like, we own restaurants. I grew up working in one. Everywhere I went with this. So in my 20s, I went down. A woman that I was dating was becoming a police officer, and she was moving to the Carolinas. So I went down to Myrtle Beach with her, and we spent the week. And she's like, "Oh, we're gonna go to some breakfast places." And every breakfast place we went to was Greek owned, and so all the walls had the diner stuff. And so I was like, "Oh, do you know about the Greek connection?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, it's, Jeep owners and Volvo owners wave. I can get a discount or whatever if I just say that I'm Greek here." She's like, "Oh, you're fucking with me." And every morning we would literally go to a different Greek diner. And I was like, "Oh, I'm down from Massachusetts. I've never been to a Greek diner. I wanted to check out a Greek breakfast diner. I'm Greek. I was raised Greek Orthodox." And every morning they would comp the meal for us and just say hi and hang out and talk to us or whatever. And I got free Greek diner. So diner monkeys are Nebo Jews on the bottom line. I guess no one cares. But if you're
I do. I love Greek diners.
I got a free meal
Greek connection where Greeks can go into a Greek diner, and if they're cool, they're gonna give you free stuff and do free stuff for you. So when the Jews talk about doing it and they're like, that doesn't exist, I'm like, I know it exists because we're diner monkeys and we do it. So you guys own the whole fucking world, so of course you are doing it.
Well, we got $20 from Michael Hall. Go Army, beat Navy.
Yeah.
Hey
Celebrate
Michael,
your
what's the lifetime record of those two teams? Who's got the upper hand?
I don't even know.
Between the Greeks
What's the
and
record of the
Jews?
last 20 years? What's the record
I
of the
got
last
a
10
free-
years?
Greeks and the Jews.
I got a free meal at a Greek diner when I was going through my like psychotic episode. I went to a Greek diner and ate a big breakfast and then just walked out.
I thought you were gonna say I just yelled at the lady till she cried.
That was the next time I went in. So I just walked out and went just being crazy, you know, just like went muttering to myself, looking for clues and trying to unravel whatever conspiracy I was creating that I needed to solve. And then I went back to that diner like a day or two later and I sat down and the waitress came up to me and said, she was like, "We no serve you. You know pay last time." And then I just
Jamaican lady.
She was Greek. She was this is not Irene. This is not a Greek vibe. It's not it's no good. You know?
You go now. You'll be up for an hour.
She told me, yeah, she was like, "No, you walked on your bill last time," and I was like out of my mind.
She was like, "You ran out on your bill, lady. Do I look like I can run?"
All right, come on. Now.
Sorry.
No, I stood up and I basically just made a scene where I was like, "This is an outrage. You don't even know me.
Yeah,
you don't know who I am." I was like, "Yeah, I want pancakes."
I was on Legion of Skanks last week.
Yeah, and so I stormed out. But no, they were right. They should not have served. They didn't serve me. They did the right thing because I did walk out on that tab. So I'll have to.
What I will say about the
atone
Greeks,
for that one day.
What I will say about Greeks growing up in the restaurants and knowing many of them, if they get upset with you, like a lot of people probably think that they're gonna like put hair and spit in your food and stuff. That's not what Greeks do in a restaurant.
No, the hair just naturally falls off.
Yeah, then they're my natural. So they're probably just going to kick you out and be rude. What you have to worry about in a Greek restaurant, especially if you're a lady, is getting sexually harassed and molested. So if you're a woman and you're ever going to get a job in a Greek diner or a restaurant, be prepared to be sexually assaulted on a daily basis. And if you need the money and it's worth it, that's going to happen. But I'm just telling you, that is part of the culture. And they're all going to back each other up and deny it. Maybe it's
sexually molesting
changed.
women. That's the worst part of your culture. Doesn't sound that bad.
I'm just saying.
It's not the sodomy.
I mean, if we have any females here that have ever worked in a Greek diner, I'm pretty sure they'll back me up that they were at least minimum sexually harassed by the Greek man. So,
but great stuff. Great leaves though. That's the shit.
Yeah, Dalton lived near a Greek pastry.
Shout out Sumo Dog
when he was in New York, and he would. This has got to be a different lady, but Dalton was taking the pastries, right? No,
I wasn't stealing pastries.
Not taking them, but you were partaking of them.
I would.
That was
I eat a lot of Greek pastries. Yeah, I would eat the spanakopita and the regular cheese pies.
That's my favorite.
And the
spanakopita is so good.
Whatever that Greek coffee thing is they like to make, the frap.
Frito.
Yeah,
frap. I make that. That's good.
Out of the Greek desserts, I'm not partial to. They're way too sweet.
Yeah, baklava. I'm not a baklava
that I
guy.
like that are made like the true Zipla is good. I'm not a huge baklava fan. I'm more of I like spanakopita and stuff like that. I'm gonna teach you
Italians perfected desserts. They know how to do desserts. The Italians.
Oh, I agree. I love good schfoidel. I like a good chocolate chip fucking cannoli too from time to time.
Yeah, cannolis, New York style cheesecake, Sicilian cheesecake, lobster tails.
Yeah.
Napoleons, all them wacky cookies they be making.
The funniest thing ever is Sal going to that Italian wedding.
That was so funny.
They're like, and he's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, well, they just have a cannoli layout," and so like at a wedding. So I'm picturing like picture the most cannolis you would think at a wedding, right? And then just double that. And then the actual photo is even more comical than that. When I saw it, it's like, oh, this is like a scary movie spoof of an Italian wedding. That's how was that?
Yeah, it was like 1,000 cannolis.
Yeah, they had a big
So
dining table with just like thousands of cannolis stacked up on it. It was comical.
I don't think they were full size though. They were like the little, miniature.
It was like
about the
I wish we had a photo intake. Of it. Yeah, does Sal have
it's like
that's up?
That's one of the funniest things about the Sopranos, because Italians live so unhealthily. Italian Americans, at least. That's the funniest shit on the Sopranos. Those scenes where like Bobby and Tony are in the boat together after they had their fight at the lake, and Bobby says to him, he's like, "Tony, we're only 40 years old. We're young men." And it's like, well, one of you dies in the next like couple years. James Gandolfini dropped.
No, that was the last season. Oh, you're talking about in real life?
No, I mean in real life, James Gandolfini drops fucking dead, trying to just enjoy a vacation with his family. So it's so funny the way like Italians live their lives, but then they're like, "I'm 43. I'm a young man. I got my whole life ahead of me." And it's like, I don't know. You may not be here next month, dude.
I will say that something I picked up from Tony Soprano is just getting an order of gabagool and just eating it without bread or anything else and just snacking on it.
But first off, that's keto, so it is actually healthy. That's also like,
wait, is that the like the
capicola?
It's spicy ham.
Yeah, it's like a cured pork, like deli meat. It's really good. It is
fucking
like
delicious.
The best way to eat it is just like rip open
right
that
out of the package and
start eating it without anything. I mean, maybe some mozzarella goes good with it, but just yeah.
When you do it with mozzarella, bread, and tomatoes, it's the best. But it's hard to wait to that point.
Gabagool and prosciutto right out the pack is pretty good. It's a good.
See, I like sopressata. I like
that's a good one.
That's got
sopressata's good.
Overrated, underrated, perfectly rated. You seen those guys? Those
no,
dude. There's these like fat, sweaty WAP shows online. There's one. I think the one I see all the time is
Big Time Tony.
Big Time Tommy's the guy who always has a cigar, right? Where he's like, "Hey, Big Time Tommy,
oh, that guy.
Hey, remember
old school OS?
Keep it old school."
Yeah, no, not that guy. No, there's one I watch all the time called Growing Up Italian, and it's just like,
oh yeah,
3 fat, greasy fucking Guidos.
And that little dwarf guy, Mario something.
Dude, I've met that guy.
The Costco guys in the Rizzler.
Yeah, they did have the Rizzler on. I've met Mario, and when you get past like, okay, who brought the dummy to life? When you get past like how
what a great way to describe him.
Yeah, when you get past that, Mario's actually a really nice guy, or whatever.
He seems like. I mean, he's captivating on the videos that I've seen him on.
Yeah, Mario's a cool dude.
I have no idea who this is. How do I search this up? 3 fat dumb Italians.
It's called Growing Up Italian, but they do.
It's a YouTube.
Is that the Costco people? The boom, boom, boom people?
No.
They
have it's in the realm of that, but they've been around for longer.
Okay.
I think they had the Rizzler on. I don't know if they've had the Costco guys on, but they do. They just do internet slop. It's just like 3 dumb Italians talking about like nothing. Not like this show. Yeah. And
or how he made
they got 44 people watching their live stream that's premiering right now. So we're actually crushing them in the
reviews. But they'll do these segments where, and this is like their clippable segments where it'll be like,
I've seen this
prosciutto, overrated, underrated, or perfectly rated, and then they'll just go around the horn and be like, I don't know, prosciutto's not as good as gabagool. It's a little too salty, but I think it's perfectly rated.
So I need help with this show because I have seen this before. So we need a third gender, okay?
It's Mario. That's Mario.
I think there's a lot more than 3, Dave.
That's
he's the Joe.
So people are like, there's only 2 genders, but then when you see Mario, it's like, where is Mario on the spectrum? and it doesn't get addressed. Is there
Mario? Okay, so I
have
do
a disease of some sort. Here, I'm going to put this.
I think Mario does have like a congenital.
Yeah, so
pituitary. He has a pituitary gland.
I have a glandular problem.
He's got like Andy Milonakis syndrome.
Okay, yeah. Can we play the
Benjamin Button?
It's got the
he's got Benjamin Buttalini.
The shorts here, so people can know who we're talking about. I have
Benjamin
seen these guys. I haven't seen
Buttalini.
them in a while.
I'm assuming we're talking about the one on the far right. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So can we play this for the?
Yeah, one who looks like a little like a David Lynch player.
He always.
But he looks like a Martin Short character is what it looks like.
If I told you that was a woman transitioning, you would also believe me.
Sure.
If you told me it was a man transitioning, I would also believe you.
Like a little tiny Italian Elliot Page ventriloquist doll. He actually looks like Slappy from Goosebumps and Night of the Living Gunn.
Yeah. Hey Doug, who's that? It's Pat.
I need to reiterate, Mario's cool.
Ween.
Is it
Mario's
possible
cool.
to present this Mario to the home audience?
I'm not making fun of him. I like the guy. I watch a lot of his videos.
Oggi facciamo un bel affogato. Fior di latte.
Shit.
Puccio, un bel espresso. Io ce l'ho un segreto. Questo si chiama chill.
Caffè cremoso.
Grazie Mario. E biscotti.
That cookie looks good. Where's that cornbread?
Bel gelato, Ci vuole un altro. Questa è la cosa
The Italians with their cornbread and ice cream, Doug.
Gira. Piano, non mangiare troppo assai. Ok? L'espresso caldo. È un bordello, ma bordello.
I'm making a goddamn mess out of this.
Non ti preoccupare, guarda qua.
Obviously, you two are uncultured.
Put the cornbread on top of the cappuccino.
I think it's biscotti, isn't it?
Guarda com'è bello.
Yeah, it's biscotti and gelato.
It looks like a sugar cookie. Yeah.
Giro.
Now it looks like peach yogurt. Fruit at the bottom.
It doesn't look too bad.
No, not at all.
I'd fuck with it.
I've had an affogato before. It's pretty good.
Ooh, that guy was like
one bowl.
Mario, fai un altro 2 o 3 affogati.
You know,
side note, if you're ever looking for a Godfather's baseball uniform, might I recommend Phoenix Sales 85? No, I'm just kidding. I don't have that.
Phoenix Sales 85.
Yeah, affogato is gelato and espresso. It's pretty good.
I like gelato.
Yeah,
I like Italian ice
the
gelato.
combination of what they did there being good. But every time I see Mario, I become confused.
Well, I don't know much about him, but I do know that he's been like a character actor or like a bit part actor in I think what's the movie with I can't even think of the name of it now. Growing up, it's a movie, something in the Bronx. Not Rumble in the Bronx, that'd be really cool. Bronx Tale. He was in Bronx Tale. He played a kid like
he mentions that a couple times in the earlier shows.
Yeah, he's always gotten cast like to play like kid roles and shit because how he looks and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And he does.
I wonder how much that stinks. Like, can they
bills.
date? That's what I always think.
The couple conversations I had with
Oh, you met the Mario?
I've met the Mario, and he did mention to me that because I think he's like in his 50s that.
He saved the princess a couple times.
No, it was actually kind of I guess equal parts inspiring and deeply depressing that because of like whatever's going on with him, he's never like been able to date anybody. Like he's never been able to have like a love life.
That sucks.
That does.
It's like, he persisted and found meaning in life without that, but also damn man, that fucking sucks.
Did you meet him during your New York days?
I met him like actually right after I got out of the psych ward, and so did you
ever meet him?
I did meet him, and so I'm just like sitting at a table by myself, like completely just like spiraling. My life is crashing into rock bottom.
Yeah.
And then here comes this fucking Twin Peaks character who's like, well, hey buddy, you mind if I sit here with you? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Dude,
Like,
he
okay,
was sent to you
thanks.
by God, dude. He
Yeah,
was sent to you by
that's what I'm
God
thinking
to
too,
literally,
Dave.
What,
like,
do you do stand up too? And I was like, yeah. He was like, I've been doing stand up for 30 years. I love it more than anything. And then we just got to talking. Eventually, I told it. He was like, so what? What's going on with you? And I was like, oh, I just got the psych ward. He's like, hey man, don't even let that get you down. Look at me, 50 years old, never had a girlfriend. I'm still doing it.
yeah, dude, like God sent him to you, like
Yeah.
to be like, dude, it's not that bad. Look
Look at this guy.
Look what I do. And I'm
This guy's
making it.
killing it.
Can I tell you, like, the amount of times in my life where the grind of testosterone, the lust comes into my heart on a daily basis of like life that just holds me back, like as a human being, the flesh. Like Socrates wrote about this, like, well, talked about this endlessly. It was brought up, like, he was like, when am I going to get old that like my penis like shrivels up so I'm stopped being pulled towards like women? So like,
I'm there.
I just have to die to the point, like yeah. So he just talked constantly about how like your biology, you're a prisoner of your own biology, and how it's kind of like when Costanza just like gives up women and masturbating or whatever, and he becomes like a genius and all successful or whatever. And there's people throughout history that always talks about this. So I actually wonder, like, if he's not getting erections and stuff, that would be so freeing to me to be able to go out into the world for me. And
Would you want to live that life though?
Buddy,
Would you not?
Man, I feel really
I don't
trapped
understand
sometimes. I'm 50 and I go out into the world and I am fighting a lot of sexual demons when I see women when I'm out. I would like a break from that. I would love a break.
Yeah, that's
from
kind of
that.
what they think when they see
I embrace
you.
it.
There goes a sexual demon.
I need to grab onto that chin and just ride the wave.
Yeah, like I am my cross that I bear when I go out is just being able to like go out and just grocery shop and not want to just like look in think about what the taste of this one would be like. Like I have, like that is a day-to-day problem that causes issues in my life, like concentration issues.
Are the only philosophers you read Greek?
I don't really read that many philosophers, but no. Like I've gone through some of the Jung stuff. I've gone through some of the Nietzsche stuff. I don't really pay attention to whatever. I just relate more. I was talking about this today on Bryden's podcast. Like I think I relate the most to Socrates only because know thyself has helped me the most in my life of anything else.
Here we
It's
go.
Like, just get to know who I am.
I found one of those overrated, underrated, perfectly rated. So let's see here.
I fucks with this guy.
Oh yeah,
underrated, perfectly rated.
Yeah,
Astoria, Queens.
I'm gonna go underrated. Yeah.
To this day, still a vibe.
Yeah, I think
Giannis.
Frappe on 38th Ave.
Yeah, they still got the spots. Yeah,
Okay.
it's still there. It's still doing it. I think it's actually, I mean, it's gotten less Greek, but it's a great neighborhood. It's like in New York, like go there. There's a lot of great restaurants there.
Okay. Greece in August.
Overrated.
Too
hot.
September?
Better. September,
rating.
October, good. May, good. I mean, if you're going in August, dude, just be prepared to look at naked German people. It's not really
Yelling Opa for no reason.
Opa. Yeah, that's the thing. Hispanics and Greeks were the only two cultures that have a word that doesn't have a definition. It means like I'm so excited. I want to break my own head. I don't know. Like I want to dance. I want to.
That's so funny.
So what's the question?
Overrated, underrated, perfectly rated.
Fucking perfectly rated.
Yeah, I would say underrated.
Yeah,
You gotta do it more, no?
I when I busted out with my wife, I yell Opa.
Opa! We have nothing for Opa. Right?
Yeah, what do you got? You don't got anything.
We don't have anything for Opa. You got that on us. It's fine.
Yeah.
Overrated, underrated.
Here you go, dude.
So I'll teach you the other big one too is Malacca.
Malacca.
So you guys
I've heard
familiar
that
with
term.
Malacca? So
Isn't that
Malacca's
the
a
racial
couple
slur for
things.
black people?
It can
Like,
be.
man, we got to get these Malaccas out of here.
Yeah, it's kind of a
Malacca like a
catch-all.
high,
It technically
Mecca
means
honey,
it technically means asshole, right? So if you're an outsider and you come into a group and somebody's like, "Who's this Malacca?" It's like, get this asshole out of here. But if I see one of you guys coming towards me, you can use it as a term of endearment too. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you
What's up, my
fucking
Malacca?
asshole. What's up, Malacca? Like,
Yeah, I get that.
so
Malacca,
it's like
please.
a kind of like a catch-all that kind of,
Mhm.
but its basic means asshole. But if I would not feel safe saying it around Greeks if I was in Greece, because it's kind of like the word Smurf. You have to use it properly in the right context for it to mean what it means. So you're being friendly or offensive.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I get you.
Damn, everybody, dude, people be
I hard
getting.
aim a lock every time I say it too.
I can't believe how much what the faggots our freaking chat is. If you
Yeah,
bring up having-
we've drawn in some people tonight.
you
who
have,
are
when you
just
when you bring
plumb
up
rude.
the fact that you struggle with sexual lust on a day-to-day basis, they get freaked out. Are they a bunch of like
Oh, I have zero sexual.
What are we
desire.
talking about?
the chat? Where he went
What are they saying?
crazy? Like Dave's
Some of
completely
these
off
people
base
in the chat
talking
are
about
just-
have sexual lust. It's like I struggle with sexual lust. It's a common thing that men struggle with. It's actually
agree.
kind of weird to me if you guys aren't getting sexual urges, because the whole chat was just like Dave's a weirdo for having sexual urges.
Dave,
It's like,
the biggest divide between me and Doug is I don't understand how he is asexual. Like my brain doesn't compute how he does not think or care about sex in any way, shape, or form when it rules like 95% of my day, like my thought process
Yeah.
during the day.
and then they're all like jack off. It's like it's a buildup of testosterone. It's a tiger blood that you're supposed to be in it, because I'm supposed to have a wife.
Dude,
I'm
I love
supposed to be
tiger
out in
blood.
the
When I go
world,
get a snow cone, that's the
conquering
flavor I
women.
use is tiger
And,
blood.
You know, it's a healthy
Winning.
thing to have your hormones properly balanced, that you're having those urges, and to be masculine enough to control them. I think it's actually weird when people are like, it's weird to have sexual urges when you're out or and about.
Well, I would never judge you, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Hey, to answer Forrest Mommy's question, yes, I am tired, and I do have to be up early tomorrow, so I hate to be the hamper, but I'm gonna take off here if that's okay, guys.
Oh no, yeah, we can wrap this up. I
Forrest
mean,
Mommy
before
in
you go,
chat?
9/11 overrated, underrated, or perfectly rated?
Perfectly rated.
9/11.
Perfect. Yeah, so
The Tower's 7.
All I want to know is where's the money? Follow the money.
Ride the
Down in the
painted
Baja.
pony, let the spinning wheel glide. I don't know what that means.
Ride the painted pony.
Well, good night. Yeah,
let
good
the
night, Paul.
spin-
Thanks for hanging out. Sibling
Yeah, dude,
Revelry
it was great having you.
on
Thank you so much.
Free Speech Rumble.
You just got to sit through 2 5-second Trump gold coin ads. That's all.
Yeah,
Not unless you have Rumble Premium.
oh yeah, I guess we could get into crypto now. So did you see the
Have a good night, guys.
Good night,
Good
Paul.
night. Thank you
Yes.
so much. It was good to see you, Paul.
I don't know what it's doing now, but that was a really fun day when Trump's Twitter account shilled a meme coin, and everybody was like, "Damn, dude, did the president get hacked?" And then he shilled it again, and I guess it was like actually real, like
Yeah.
the official Trump meme coin, dude. There were people who, like, when they saw that first tweet, just went full degen and just dropped like $10,000-$20,000 on it.
Oh, the president's the POTUS or the Donald Trump?
The official Trump coin that he launched that ran up to like $70.
Yeah.
Dude, there were people that when that first tweet went out and it was under $1, they just put like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in it. That within the next like hour or two became multimillionaires because of that.
Yeah. No, I thought you were saying recently something happened.
No. It was just like Trump. If Trump has revealed, if anything, like his goal with this current presidency is financial schemes and scams. It's for the benefit of himself primarily, but if you pay attention, you can like get in on whatever scam is going on that he's perpetrating and also make some money. So that's like, as we head towards like the final declining years of the American empire, the I guess like the last chopper out of Saigon is just like as America becomes a total casino. There are a lot of opportunities to profit from various scams that the president himself is perpetrating.
So for me, like we were having a little discussion earlier on the Rumble channel.
Lord Huron. Oh.
where you were like, we had a difference of agreement because I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg is like crushing life all 24/7, feeling good. I think that he's got up and downs like anybody else. It's just relative to where he's at. He's got problems that he's got to solve and stresses and happy days and bad days and whatever. But I noticed that you were like, oh, he's just crushing it, and he's like super like excited.
I was joking.
All right, okay. I just want to make sure because I do know people that think like that, and I think that's why they get upset because they think like being rich makes you happy.
I will say,
I
think they
have
are
been
living
super poor, and I've been super well off, and I've been in the middle, and I was still mentally ill the whole ride. So I still had to take care of my mental health because like wherever you're at is where you're at. But what I was going to say about the meme coins and stuff, that is something that bothers me when somebody comes in and they pump a meme coin and they make millions because they're not adding any value to society. They're using their clout to fleece people and pretty much rob them, and it's legal. And that gets me in that spot because I don't like unearned money. I like money that's been, you add value and you get a return for it. If that makes sense.
sure.
And meme coins, when people make millions, not the people that are poaching, but like Hawk Tua, that gets to me because.
Well, yeah, those are the full-on scams, but then there are ones like one of the big like Twitter crypto influencers is this guy Maron, and he has been posting for a long time now about this one meme coin called SPX 6900, and he's sitting on a big bag of this one, and he's been bull posting it for a while. Well, it recently.
Okay, I'm looking at him here. He's got the multicolored pinwheel.
Yeah, the SPX 6900 recently, I think, when it got to like a $2 billion market cap, so it's at like $2. He has not sold any of his, and he's sitting on like $50 million of this coin, and he's still just posting about like this is the future of what I don't know what, but he's like the future of finance is, he calls it PBA, pure belief assets, that if you get enough people to actually believe in these things, then we can
He looks like a cult leader. Or
that's kind of what he does.
This avatar that he created is very cult leader.
To his credit, because his wallet is doxed, so his wallet you can look at public, like it's public.
Yeah.
He has not sold any. He's got fucking $50 million of this shit that he bought like 3 years ago at whatever he paid for it.
Yeah. And
he still hasn't sold it. So it's like, to his credit, he could clip that chart at any moment. He could dump that and fuck everybody's day up.
A couple of things. So so by selling, he's going to lower the price. So he would have to slowly exit.
Sure.
Because like if he tried to dump it all at once and fully rug it, you can't get the 50 mil because you're crashing your own price, right?
Or he could do an OTC deal.
Yeah. What I think was, I was thinking about today, and I'm glad that you brought this up. Doug's here and all the fans are here. We could create a corn-fed coin on the Bonk network. And what I was thinking, because the Bonk network pays you residuals per transaction fees as the owner, is you could put the main wallet in like your name, Sal's name, and Kevin's name, and then all the Patreon subscribers that were here on a certain tier, based on what tier you were, if they had wallets and they were interested, this would be all the seed stuff. So you would distribute your original coin and then redistribute it through all the corn-fed fans. And then that would diversify it enough that it couldn't be rugged. And everybody here that was been with you since like day one would kind of be the like the dev in the seed wallets. And they could cash out whatever, but if the show started to grow and more people joined in and bought the coin to support the show or whatever, the beginning fans and yourself would increase. And the sooner you were in as one of the fans and you watched the show and you got involved, and then you can gift out coins and do.
Yeah, I don't know about
stuff
that.
or
I
whatever.
don't know how much I would want my name attached to a meme coin because, like, I would never rug pull or do anything to fuck anyone over, but somebody, you know, just anybody could go in there and buy up like 1, 2, 3% of the supply, and then they could just rug pull people themselves. Like I see that happen all the time, where like somebody will go in who's not even on the dev team or anybody. They'll get in early, buy up like 3% of the supply, and then clip the chart, and then everybody's mad at the development team or whoever. And they're like, "You're farming this or whatever." And he's like, you know, and then some guy's like, "I swear I'm not doing anything."
Yeah, I get.
So I wouldn't want that. That's the kind of shit I would not like. Why I wouldn't want to actually do a meme coin is because, like, yeah, then people are gonna get mad at me if like people start farming the chart and I'm doing nothing.
Well, with the new laws that they passed, which are kind of bullshit, and I hate them, and Trump's
Douglas, do you have any idea what we're talking about?
Yeah,
No, I have
I'll
a
just say real
vague
quick.
I have a vague idea of it. Yeah.
So if I were you guys, a couple things. So one, Amazon is continuously sucking from the back end. I can watch them, like they haven't been profitable, but now like they make sellers wait 60 days under contract. They're invoicing people now. So people are putting their Amazon purchases on layaway basically now, and you don't get paid until the final payments are made. So like, and then they're not doing prep work anymore. So they fired a bunch of employees that would prep the materials for you. Everything in Amazon is starting to point towards they are having issues. So I'm not going to short the stock because I don't do stocks, but they just allowed Amazon, though, to print their own money. They're going to allow them to have a competing currency with fiat. It's not going to be blockchain, though, and it's not going to be a stock. And if they wanted them to do crypto, they could just allow Amazon, or Amazon could already just accept Bitcoin or a stable coin. Instead, they're allowing Amazon to make Amazon coin, Walmart to make Walmart coin, and all these things. So they're essentially going to create.
Tokenizing.
Yeah, so they're essentially creating like Amazon meme coins. You know.
Well, this is. I mean, that's the thing I talked about months ago. Was that like, yeah, you could just like basically sidestep the NASDAQ or the NYSE or whatever, and just like a corporation or company could just launch its own meme coin and be like, yeah, just buy this instead. 24/7. It's a 24/7 stock market that is completely unregulated and, you know, maybe as manipulated as anything else, but it's definitely more for the people.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I hate that the government's getting involved because, like, I'll bring Doug into the conversation here. It's something that he can understand, right? So, Doug, you collect comic books and like magic cards and stuff like that, right? So,
comic books, yes.
Okay, so imagine when they went to print those things, like its first edition copy XYZ or whatever. Imagine they also created a certificate on the blockchain, NFT that went along, a non-fungible token that went along with that book, so it proves ownership, right?
I guarantee you somebody's already done that.
Yeah, so you can track through. Yeah, they do this with cards and stuff. Like you can look up cards and stuff online and who rated them and stuff like that. So once they do that, not only do you have the actual hard piece of merchandise, but you have the proof of digital ownership, right? And when you sell it to somebody, you have to transfer the digital ownership. So if something were to happen theft-wise of your thing, you have a digital title of your collectible.
Gotcha.
That's proof that you own it. And now you might not be able to get the collectible back, or they could destroy it or whatever, but you could definitely go to, if it ever got traded back in the public eye, you would be like, well, look, I have the NFT, like, and take it to court. Right.
Okay. Is there even, I guess there is still a secondary market for comic books, but I don't think it's what people think it is, because like when I was buying comics, there's definitely like all those big like classic issues like from the Golden Age and Silver Age that I guess there's a market for, but I don't think it exists now that you can that there's any comic book that would be an investment.
I don't know. I've seen some Arabs that have these like closets with these.
Well,
these
yeah, if
humidors
you
with these,
have
like, comics in it and stuff.
if you have like those issues from like the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s, I guess, before the publishers started trying to manufacture the secondary market, then I guess those are still valuable. But what ended up happening was like once that started becoming a thing, like these collectors were, wanting to pay like crazy money for like Action Comics #1 or fucking Detective Comics #27. And they saw that there was this like new interest, this like collectors market. They started like trying to manipulate it where they would do like this happened like throughout the 90s where they would print like first printings. It's like get them while you can. And so you see people do it now, like Pokemon cards. Well, they'll go to these stores, fat bearded guys in their 40s are buying every single box of Pokemon cards.
All sorts of people buy Pokemon cards.
You're in your 50s, Dave. This is
yeah. But what ended up happening is like, so the publishers were printing like, first printing, whatever. And then people would just go in and buy up all the issues off the shelves, like one guy. And so it was creating this inflated value in the market where the publishers were like, God damn, these are selling like crazy. And so they would go through first, second, third printings, and it completely collapsed that entire like collector's market, because it turns out you just had a handful of people buying every single issue and then just like, selling them at a markup.
That's kind of going on with Pokemon right now.
Yeah, to where now the physical comic books still exist, but the people that collect them do it because they like comic books. It's not like it's something where they're like, oh, I'm going to flip these.
Well, it's like I think it's like any hobby or collecting type thing that you have. It's collectible and worth money to somebody. It's just it's not a mass audience like it used to be. Like when I was a kid, and the era you're talking about, the 90s, like when Spawn came out, the first issue of Spawn when Image Comics launched. I remember 2 weeks after that book came out, my dad took me to a comic store and said I could buy anything I wanted. And all I wanted was Spawn #1. And they had a copy for $20. And my dad bought it for me. But that was 2 weeks after it came out, That doesn't really exist anymore. There's not any real book that's coming out that like people are dying to get. For me, my collecting now isn't the way it was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I collected because I liked reading the comic. That's how I learned to read, was through comic books. And as an adult, now my collecting is books that I wanted as a kid that I could never find. Like I'm collecting a lot of obscure stuff. And the one thing that I'm finding when it comes to collecting comics in today's market, especially on eBay, is that a lot of books, like Marvel did a run of Ren and Stimpy comics that went for 32 issues. And I think Beavis and Butthead went for like 28 issues. Towards the end of those books, they weren't as popular as they were when they first started printing them. So like, to get like the last 10 issues of a series collection, you're going to pay out the ass because they only printed a certain amount of those books and there's not a lot in existence. I think I spent $35 on the last issue of Beavis and Butthead for Marvel Comics off of eBay. But again, It's like any collecting. It's what's worth it to the collector,
Here's the other thing that I was just thinking through all that.
Sorry, that's a long-winded story.
This guy talking about comics has already been more interesting than the crypto has ever been.
So I'm going to bring it back to the blockchain.
I got self-conscious for a minute.
So Doug, imagine all the...
I guess it's inherently more interesting because you're talking about something that actually physically exists in our realm.
Yeah.
So like when you try to talk about crypto, most people don't get it. They haven't taken the time to even see what it is. And so it just sounds like fucking gobbledygook. It's just like, they're like, oh, crypto, that thing that only annoying people talk about.
Yeah. Well, I want to bring it back around. So Doug, just picture this, right? Every time they go to release a comic book, like I said, there's an NFT, it's on the blockchain. But now you can actually take that NFT and put it online when you want to sell it. And so you're like, okay, here's an NFT for sale, and this proves your ownership. And then anybody that wanted to sell a particular comic book from an era with that thing could put it on there, and you guys could talk. And the blockchain would become like an eBay where you're negotiate. There, but then you can negotiate, hold on to stuff, trade it, locate stuff locate the individuals like with decentralized rather than have a gatekeeper to find this merchandise and be like, does this even exist anymore? And is there anybody that even has this that's looking to sell it? And you yourself could have a bunch of comic books that you're like, you know what? These 10 I really like, but if I could get this money for them, I would. And you could go to OpenSea and put the NFTs for them on there, and
OpenSea's nuts.
And you would get a smart contract basically, which would say the NFT is X amount. This proves ownership. When this, and this happens, and the first thing would be like the money transfers, and then a third party holds the money, and then the comic book gets going. When you receive it, you lock in that it's been received, and then it gets locked in that the money's been released, right? So that, in order to get control of it, everybody has to agree.
That's a lot of steps for like a $4 book or a $2 book.
Well, but I'm saying for the collectibles on eBay, one of the biggest issues for me when I was getting like Nintendo 64 games and stuff, am I ordering a counterfeit? Did they fix the chip? Is this a fake whatever? And then you get it to your house and you're like, oh, this isn't the original Nintendo thing. They lied to me. But if you had an NFT, you could at least prove that like somebody along the way. Yeah, there's a paper trail from Japan when they made this, that this is authentic. It's like a serial number.
I like the new Superman movie.
You did?
That's what I'll say about comic books there. Yeah, I thought it was fun. They're popcorn movies, so it's like I go see a movie like that and I'm like, am I having fun? And if I am, it's a good movie. So it's like, yeah, it was a brisk couple hours. It didn't drag as much. To me, like those fucking Snyder movies, because I saw all of them in the theater. Those just like drag to me after a while. Like Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman. And oddly enough, the Snyder cut, though it is 4 hours,
it's really
moves
good.
along much faster. It feels like it's a much better paced movie than the Joss Whedon, the theatrical movie.
I agree.
But none of the Snyder movies, they seemed like they always felt like just unfulfilling to me. Like they had the spectacle for sure, but I just was like, I'm not really having fun. Well, this doesn't feel fun.
I get that. I really did love Man of Steel quite a bit. It might be my favorite Superman movie. And I grew up on the Christopher Reeve Superman, but I did enjoy Man of Steel. From Batman v Superman on, I agree with you. Like there were elements of those movies that I really enjoyed visually, but stories were just really
Yeah,
Pocket of a Clown, Dwight Yoakam. Thank you.
Oh, these are song requests.
Yeah,
they're queued up. The new Superman. It's like, fuck, it's been the last fucking 25 years of movies has been superheroes. So like,
yeah,
everybody's exhausted, and it's kind of like James Gunn is set up with definitely a pretty a tall order, which is like I have to save Warner Brothers. He's got to somehow like continue doing this thing that everybody's already kind of getting fed up with, and save Warner Brothers itself in the process.
I cashed out a while ago. I have not watched.
I think the fact that
movies.
I think the fact that movie that as many people went to see it as who went to see it, and it made any money. I was like, well, that's a big success, because I think people are forgetting that Man of Steel came out in what, like 2013, fucking like over 10 years ago.
I did watch the Affleck Batman Superman, but prior to that, the last one I watched was the Keith Ledger Batman, and that's it. I just tuned out.
From like 2000, you get X-Men up through probably Avengers Endgame.
What was the one where they played the bad guys? I did watch the Will Smith, Margot Robbie one.
Suicide Squad.
That's it, huh? We're some kind of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Well, that's how James Gunn proved himself, was like after he got fired from Disney for his tweets, he got poached by Warner Brothers, and they said, hey, can you come fix this fucking shitty Suicide Squad thing we got going, because nobody liked that. The one with Will Smith, and so James Gunn made a movie called The Suicide Squad, which was just like a surprise to everybody. That it not only was it watchable, it was actually very good. It was like a good movie.
I lied. The only other ones worth watching are the Guardians of the Galaxy.
So those are the ones
I
he
had a
made.
real good time. Yeah,
James Gunn made those.
Yeah, with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
And so everybody loved those. And then when Disney fired him, Warner Brothers poached him, and then he kind of was in like a sweet spot, because like everybody loves Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, that whole cast said, well, we're not coming back for a third one unless it's with James Gunn. So he got to come back and also still finish his series with Disney, and then hop on over and become the lead guy for the new DC whatever movie thing they're doing.
They did get me with the nostalgia in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's got the tape player and he's playing the music. I was like, it kind of got me here.
Well, this new whatever
I'm basically that guy. That's me, the superhero, because I had one of those.
Yeah, you're Star Lord. I see it.
Yeah. As far as
Star
like,
David Lord,
as far as all the superhero stuff goes, I'm certainly exhausted with it. When I was a kid, when I was like 6, 7, 8. Like X-Men came in 2000, and then like the big one was Raimi's Spider-Man in 2002. That felt like the world was magic. It was like, like everything this is so awesome. This is like the coolest thing that's ever happened. Well, then the next fucking like 20 plus years of culture eventually just got enveloped by superhero shit, to where it's like now I'll go see the Superman movie just out of curiosity of like, all right, so what are they going to do after that dog shit fucking Flash movie they made?
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, so it's like this Superman movie, I was like, this is so far beyond what I guess like any expectations anybody would have if you saw the Flash. You'd be like, oh, well, just anybody who can like competently like tell a story, it could make a movie then. So I thought the new Superman movie, I thought, like, considering the task at hand that James Gunn has, I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. This is fun. Obviously his baby, like what he really cares about is that Peacemaker show, because he gets to flex more of his like sensibilities, because he's like a trauma guy.
Yeah. He was married to the Pam from The Office, and he helped get her first and only movie made that she wrote and directed called Lolly Love. That was a trauma movie. It was really bad too.
Jenna Fisher?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I guess that checks out, because she was she was in Slither, which I love that movie.
I like Slither too.
Oh, I haven't seen.
I love Nathan Fillion. I thought that was cool. By the way,
I think I saw that right when it came out.
I like that he respected me as an audience member, or just anybody as an audience member, even if you don't know anything about the comics, that he drops you into a movie where it's like, yeah, there's the Green Lantern and the Hawk Girl. You don't worry about who they are. Are you having fun? Then that's all that matters.
Oh, this is not what I thought. Slither was I thought this was a horror movie that you were talking
about.
Oh,
Slither is a horror movie.
I'm talking about the Superman movie. Yeah, Slither.
Okay.
Because James Gunn started in trauma, and then when he started to work his way into like the Hollywood system, I think like Slither might have been his first foray outside of trauma. And yeah, Slither is a really cool movie.
So is Super. That's another one he
Super
made.
Super is really good, yeah. Slither's got Nathan Fillion and Michael Rooker and Jenna Fisher. I like that one. But yeah, I mean, everybody be talking about all the Superman and then the Fantastic Four and all that, and it's like, I don't really give a shit anymore. Like, if they stop making all this shit, I would be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm definitely not going to go see Fantastic Four. I don't care about that. Superman was cool though, and then I definitely got to go see Weapons.
I got wrapped up in the Superman thing for a little bit, for like a couple days, and then I caught myself and I'm like, this doesn't matter to me. Like, people are gonna love it, they're gonna hate it. Like, that's who we are. We're human beings. We all have different tastes. Like, I don't care enough to argue with faceless names on the internet. And then I saw Weapons, and honestly, when it comes, I'm losing my train of thought before the comic, but like Superman, Fantastic Four. Another thing, like you're talking about with like the fatigue of the superhero movies. Read the comic books they're based on. The Flash is a good example. That movie was based off of Jeff Jones's Flashpoint Paradox comic.
Yeah, Flashpoint. I remember when Flashpoint was happening. It
was great.
That was like a big thing. That was like the big crossover event, whatever year that was. And I remember going and buying those as they were coming out.
Oh, they were fantastic. The book is always better than the movie could ever do. Same with Thor: Love and Thunder. That's based on Jason Aaron's entire run of the Mighty Thor, and that is phenomenally leaps and bounds better than the movie. But
yeah, I've never seen anyone burn through just all the goodwill that they had faster than Taika Waititi, because like his shit. Dog, his shit, Boy, Hunt for the Wilder People, What We Do in the Shadow, like he was on a run, dude. He was making Hunt for the Wilder People is genuinely like one of the best movies I've ever seen. And then like I guess he got too big for his own britches or something, because that fucking Thor Ragnarok was cool. I did have fun watching that, but that Thor: Love and Thunder, I was like, all right, somebody ripped the fucking camera out of this dude's hands. This shit sucks, man. And now people genuinely just hate him now. Like, they just announced that he's making what is he attached to now? It was like he's not doing the Akira, but then
like
Judge Dredd. Like he's gonna make a fucking Judge Dredd movie, and everybody was like, myself and a few people on Twitter got to the same joke where they were
pretty funny.
Like, just like, oh well, there's still 2 wishes left on the monkey's paw, I guess.
Yeah, that made me laugh when you posted that. That was funny. I don't so I mean, I guess everybody's different, like you said. So for me, in the 90s, we were really spoiled. Like I remember like going to watch like The Matrix and stuff in the theaters, and then I came away being like, that's like the greatest movie I've ever seen. And to me, and also I was
great.
An idiot at the time too. Like, so it's like I was able to get into it more. I was less jaded and more open. But even nowadays, like when I went to go see Mission Impossible, right? And people are like, it sucked, it was terrible, or whatever. It's like it distracted me for 2 hours for $14. Like, so it's like, what did you think you were going to Mission Impossible 7 to like be enlightened? Like it's 2 hours of distraction. So it sucked compared to what? Like compared to sitting at home, like on your couch.
Well,
awesome.
there's a
compared
distinction
to like
between
figuring out the secret of the universe. Yeah, it probably sucks.
There's movies that are
So it's
like there's movies that are spectacle, and then there's like movies that you can sink your teeth into more.
Yeah,
it's just that everything is so money driven. That's like those kinds of like mid-budget movies don't get made as much now. Like everything has to be $1 billion box office. So the movies that studios focus on tend to be like big blockbuster movies. You don't get as many. Dude, I was surprised because like a couple weeks ago I watched I hadn't seen it before. I watched that movie Beau Was Afraid, that Ari Aster movie, and that movie is so like such an art film, but it's it's a studio movie, Joaquin Phoenix, but it's just such an art movie that I was like, I can't fucking believe even A24. I can't believe they fucking paid him. They gave him money to make this because it's such an insane movie that exists in kind of like with a kind of dream logic that at no point do you ever have any grounding or are able to make sense of the movie. Where I was like, it's like 3 hours long. Where I was like, well, there's no fucking way they made their money back on this shit. I cannot believe anybody funded this. So I guess like every now and then you get something cool like that. But
speaking of funding, Anorexic Dyslexic in the chat asked, is there another way to pay Dalton? I can't remember my email.
You can Venmo me. My Venmo is Dalton
Gaylord at 69.
No, come on. Don't interrupt me. My Venmo is Dalton
The
Dash
Gaylord
Pruitt.
at
It's Dalton Dash Pruitt. My Cash App is $D Pruitt 47. But you don't. I mean, yeah, I appreciate money, but don't feel like you have to give me money. I just want people to enjoy.
well, it's anorexic dyslexic, so maybe she meant, is there a way to get money from Dalton?
From me?
Yeah.
No,
because they're dyslexic. But they're anorexic.
Here, we'll do a song. We'll do one of these song requests.
So for me, like I will watch like an Amazon independent film, like a lot of them in the winter when there's not as much to do. And the sign of a good movie for me is just like, did I not pick up my phone?
Oh,
Like,
hello, Autumn. Autumn's here.
Autumn for the hour, was I able to just watch a movie, kind of detach, relax, even if it was low budget, no action or whatever? Did the story pull me in? And for an hour and a half, like I wasn't on my phone and I did something else. Then I was like, oh, yeah, that was a good movie. Like, I'm not looking to get content and be like, this has to change my life. You know, I don't watch Story Wars with Luis Gomez, so I'd be like, I hope my life has changed after this. It's to do something for an hour and a half and entertain myself.
I get that completely. When I was younger, I felt much more like that. Like, I worked at a movie theater for 10 years, like from 19 to like 29. And I watched movies for free every day. And I like you're talking about, I would watch like the art house movies more because those were the stories that kind of pulled me in. And I was like a cinema nerd at the time. Yeah. But now where I'm at in life, I feel more like that episode of South Park where Stan turns 10 and everything starts sounding like shit and everything starts looking like shit. And I'm just seeing, like, I don't see like weapons. Honestly, today was the first time where I felt like I saw something original for the first time in quite a while. Because everything, like you said, it's superhero fatigue. Everything's bogged down by the same thing. But every now and then you'll get something original like that will pull you in. It takes a lot to pull me in.
No, I
nowadays.
agree. I 100% agree. That was kind of my point. I've just lowered my expectations now, where in the 90s, I was like, okay, this is going to be what movies are out. Let's find the awesome one. And it's like, and you're just getting hit by great movie after great movie. Like, I mean, the joke is, you know, you got to, you know, sexually offend a couple white women and get Harvey Weinstein back.
You need a Harvey Weinstein, man.
Like, he gets things done. But like, you watch these like movies, and then as like they put up this slop, it's like, all right, I have to lower my expectations. So I guess a movie is not to be enlightened anymore. It's like this has to entertain somebody in China, me, somebody in Romania. So it's like, it's just visuals, music, a couple of punchy lines or whatever. So I go to a movie now and I'm like, you know what? I need to detach for a couple hours.
I'm pissed off.
I don't go because I want to see good art anymore.
Dude, a bunch of motherfuckers on Twitter be mad at me because I said that the shit Mark Maron be doing is pretty funny.
We're gonna talk about this.
I agree.
It's been very entertaining watching him go on podcasts and be like, basically saying to their faces, I think what you do sucks, and I think all your friends suck, and none of it's good. It doesn't entertain me at all, and all of you are hacks. And they just have to sit there and be like, damn, Mark, that's so true. That's crazy.
So here's my only problem with Mark. So I was getting beat up on Twitter for this because he's hilarious. He's probably one of the quickest and wittiest comedians that are still working today. Like,
and by the way, I do agree with everything he's saying. Like, but as far as the entertainment value goes, it's just hilarious to watch somebody finally bring some sort of conflict, like actually disagree with one of these fucking guys. These fucking shows, every single one of them I see, it's just the richest people on earth agreeing with each other. Dude, it's that tweet where it's like, it's always two dumb bitches going exactly.
Yeah.
That's every single one of these fucking shows. So just for somebody to finally go in there and just actually disagree with them, I was like, well, this is refreshing. This is, I mean, why is this such an out of the ordinary? Why, you know?
I don't disagree with that. And when I was watching the Bad Friends episode, he's probably one of the best communicators that I've seen in so long. Like, even when Bobby is getting insecure during like the bits and stuff, and he says, am I a bad interview or whatever? Mark just calmly says, "Oh, but Bobby, you're doing fine. We're just having a conversation here." Just very precise, to the point, and punctual, and then they go on and like don't stop the show for it. But he constantly does that in interviews where he has something very precise that he can say to get back on course. But here's my issue with Maron is there's certain things that he goes so far political that he's getting away from his principle being funny. Like that Theo bit that he did, it starts off great.
Hey Hitler.
I forget what the opener was.
Oh, he ventures into some Jeff Tiedrick territory.
When he starts off the bit about Trump or whatever, hilarious. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. But then when he makes fun of Theo, it's like maybe he did it on purpose because he doesn't have any respect for Theo. But it's like he rushed. Like Theo is super slow and drawled, and he like rushes with excitement the Theo impression. So for me, I was like, okay, well, you're ruining, like, this is such a good bit, but you're ruining it by not slowing down. So are you this much of a faggot that you're excited about dunking on Theo Vaughn of all people that you can't just slow down and actually make this funny? So that
you don't know anything about renting out a theater. You got to get insurance, and it's all union. So he's probably got to get at. He's got a hard out after an hour, so he's got to figure out how to fit all of his material in there.
Yeah. So that bit felt rushed to me. It also felt like it was something that he performed in front of people that would laugh at that, because I do think he's funny, and it's not about him agreeing with me. It's me disagreeing with a lot of his politics. It's more about like, if you're going to be funny, be funny. He was so right. Like the funniness was there in the bit, but I think he let his politics, and that's okay too. Like if he wants to make a political statement, but I feel like he let his politics get in front of the funniness in that joke.
Yeah, but to his credit, he, as a comedian, as far as I could tell, has not like actively influenced policy or like stumped for a politician who's campaigning. Now, I mean, the interview with Obama, like whatever you want to think of that, he was already the president.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's like gunning to try and implement the policies he wants. He was interviewing a guy who
talked about this, in a couple of interviews. Like,
but when fucking Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn, all these guys sit down with Trump and JD Vance and all that during the election
here's
season.
The thing, though, they invited everybody. Those are the people that showed up. So Kamala,
right? Those are the people that showed up because their teams crunched the numbers and said, "Oh yeah, we can use these guys to our advantage to further."
But he said Bernie on Rogan's. Like I don't like, you're putting me in a tough situation here because I'm supporting. You got me defending Rogan, but the truth is, Rogan invited Kamala.
Well, Rogan did endorse.
No.
He endorsed Donald Trump. Like that's the thing that gets me. That. Yeah. He officially
he's had Bernie Sanders on. He had Trump on. I don't know if he's had JD Vance. He invited Biden. He invited Kamala. They said, if you come to the White House, you let us edit it and you just do this. And he said, no, we're going to do an open back and forth. And they said, no.
I'll tell you this.
It's not like, but what, you know what I'm saying though? Like he gave them the platform and they decided to say no. So then to go back and say, well, he had Trump on because he supports him. It's like, well, maybe he supports Trump because Trump came on. And Kamala said, you're beneath me. Fuck you and your viewers. You're like, okay, well, so you like, that's how I look at it.
Well, I'll tell you this, because the conspiracy theory part of me does believe that the Trump administration and all their handlers used comedians and podcasters as like stooges to galvanize the people onto their side so that they can implement the policies they want.
But why didn't
Other than
Kamala do that then?
Do what?
So you're saying Kamala didn't go on Who's Your Daddy?
She did.
She went on podcast too.
The thing is, Kamala and her whole campaign, they were just completely fucking out of touch.
Yeah, but
I don't think they.
So Maron's going back, and again, I don't want to support Rogan.
But let me say
Maron's
this.
going back and saying Trump won the election because Rogan supported. Kamala was invited. She said no. She went on Who's Your Daddy podcast, and if they had won,
Call her daddy.
yeah, whatever. They would have said,
Now, what is that?
well,
What does that
she
even
went on
mean?
Call Your Daddy because we know politics, and that was the audience, and we're the best. So it's like in hindsight, it's easy to be like Rogan gave him the election because they played favorites. But she went on podcast too. She just sucked as a candidate. She got
did.
less than 1%.
I mean, none of these fucking people are qualified to be talking to politicians anyway.
The primary thing, and she went on a girl feminist, you go girl, whore podcast, and to like talk politics, where she could have been on the biggest podcast where people listen to that stuff, and got a fair share. So, like I said, I don't want to be in the position of defending Trump or Rogan because I don't like.
But that's what you're doing, Dave.
I'm defending the truth, and the truth
I won't
is
defend him. I'll defend Maron. I'll
opportunity.
defend Mark Maron because it's fucking however gay you think he is. Like I don't agree with him on everything. I would like because I lived through all the years of woke and the libtard agenda and all that.
Yeah,
and I was of the mind. I was sided mostly with all the people who were like, these are just jokes. You know, we're all just trying to have fun or whatever. Now that we're on the other side of it all, I'll say this about Mark Maron versus like a lot of these other guys. Maron has always been very consistent. So like all the things that y'all say he's gay about, he at least has like been consistent about what he says and believes, which is that like, words words mean something, and that like as entertainers, he is as silly as just entertaining is like. When you go out and you say things, it affects people, and there is like, it's important. Like when you actually communicate with people and do like create like jokes or whatever it is. He was one of those people who was like, yeah, I mean, there are like be funny, but also there's more going. Like you have to be like responsible and hold yourself accountable to like what you say and be able to adapt with the times versus like. And then there was always that contingent of guys who were like, we're just telling jokes. We're just trying to have fun, tell jokes or whatever.
But that was Jon Stewart's thing forever. It's the same thing with Colbert.
But
they're just comedians. So
I'm talking about Mark Maron.
Okay, but
I don't know what Jon
Stewart. It's not about sides. I'm talking about both sides.
I don't know what Jon Stewart or Colbert. I know that like Jon Stewart always tried to position himself as like a comedy show, but I'm talking about Maron specifically.
Yeah.
I've always, from what I've seen in Maron, he's been consistent.
Yeah.
Versus like all these guys like Rogan and Theo Von and Tim Dillon or whatever, they said that shit for years. That it's like we're just comedians telling jokes until they fucking weren't, and then they were like stooging for fucking politicians.
Okay, and what I'm saying is
fucking Kill Tony's performing at a Trump rally.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
So it's like but hold on, you have relinquished your jester's privilege once you've put yourself into the realm of like actual like policy and actually now trying to be important. You don't get to have like play both sides.
I'm not.
Although when you
think
about both sides, they're kind of the same.
You can't ignore Jon Stewart doing that for 2 decades then, because he did the same thing with Obama, the left. We're just a comedy show. This is all fake news, and they did the same thing for years, and no one cared. But now that Rogan's doing it, everybody's pretending like, well, we can't have that. It's like the whole government fucking sucks, and both sides are trying to fuck you over. Stop. Like, if Kamala had gone and called you daddy and won, everybody'd be like, she's the greatest.
Yeah, the government sucks. I do think the role of like Jelly Roll of
the Jelly Roll.
Somebody save me.
I'm not mad at you, and I'm not trying to support. I'm trying to say like. This always goes on to pretend like it's to pretend like there was some scheme, like they were both trying to scheme. One won, so now the one that lost is upset.
What am I getting into tonight? I'm doing this, and then after this, I might have a little more of that Pizza Hut I got earlier, and then I'm gonna
Pizza Hut sounds so good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep watching Deadwood. I'm on season 2 of Deadwood.
Great show.
I love it, dude.
Have 5 pizzas left.
There's a lot of times I really don't know what's going on, but it's fun the way I like it when they keep saying cocksucker and.
I don't know her name, Swedes. I don't pay attention to the dumb broads that have podcasts.
What? Who are you talking about?
Swedes asked me. I said her call her daddy. I don't know her. I don't know the name of the podcast. I just know that she has a podcast and she had a woman on and it didn't work out. But if they had one, the right would be
This is true. Deadwood is what I call my penis.
the right
I call
would
mine
be saying,
Swearinger.
we'd have a right-leaning Mark Maron type guy,
San Francisco cocksucker,
complaining about Kamala winning by going on the call you daddy thing. It would be the exact opposite. Like there would be a right-wing stand-up comedian like Mark Maron saying, well, Kamala wouldn't have won if she hadn't been backed by the call you daddy people. And the right would be pissed. It would be flipped. You know,
open him up a can of peaches and give him a ball of dope. I'll tell you, when it comes to the Maron issue, like
Dave, you went on this whole fucking tirade about the government and blah blah blah. I was talking about Maron specifically. Douglas, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like,
it's all locked in because he's blaming
no
Trump
Douglas. Douglas, you have the floor.
No, you're good. I don't know, like I'm captivated like you are. Like you made a tweet about like we're all watching Howie Mandel because of him now. And it's like, you know, it's true. Like I'm watching all these things and I find it refreshing because I do agree with a lot of it. But at the same time, I'm also thinking like it feels like he's trying to regain like who he was at one point, because I remember getting onto Maron's radar when WTF was really just starting out as a podcast, and he was really bitter. And a lot of those early episodes were just him talking shit about other comedians. And somewhere along the line, WTF
that shit is always funny. I don't know why people get so mad about that. Because it's like, yeah, talking shit about people is funny.
Yeah, it's what we all do as human beings. It's not like a secret, you know. It only affects any of us if it like hits close to home or gets serious with somebody you know. But like that's where he pulled a lot of us into in the beginning was just like telling secrets and being honest about how he felt and shit. Somewhere along the line, he started getting roles in movies. He started getting that Netflix show Glow. Like he started kind of like having some success later on in his life, which, you know, was cool to see. But his comedy for me got watered down a little bit. Watching him now, like this feels like old school Mark Maron in the beginning. And I whether or not I agree with all of it, like I don't care. Like I'm finding it really enjoyable. But
yeah,
also,
and I think people may not be aware or they've forgotten like fucking pretty much almost every single anyone who's gotten successful doing podcasting over the last like 10 plus years kind of owes a debt of gratitude for him, because he was the first guy who said, all right, I'm on the verge of suicide. I'm probably about to kill myself, but let me try podcasting, whatever this is. And then it succeeded in a way where a bunch of other people saw that and started adopting it. And then this like whole new industry was birthed. He was not the first guy, but he was like one of the ones who was able to find big success.
Yeah, there's a lot of copycats that took his whole kind of like how Stern had him and whatever he had, whatever they call that, like the template. They took the Mark Maron template and used that. He was one of the guys that created a podcast.
Yeah, because I remember years ago I was in college and I was getting into WTF, and I remember like going to work one day and talking to one of my managers, and I was like, "Yeah, hey, you ever listen to any of these podcasts?" And he just laughed at me and he said, "Who the fuck listens to a podcast?" And then it come to find out that would be the like dominant form of fucking entertainment for the next like decade. So like, you know, I do think like as salty as people are being about what this tear that Maron has been on lately, which is like his reminiscent of the final hour of the movie Oppenheimer, where it's like this fucking thing he's created is actually the thing that's going to end us all. Where he's like atoning for it, going on all these podcasts, doing what he's doing. Yeah, I think people may not be aware that all these podcasters probably would not have the careers they have were it not. I mean, I get, but much like Oppenheimer, it's like, well, I guess if Oppenheimer didn't make the bomb, somebody would have. But it just so happens that Maron was the one who
you had Tom Green, starting, and then Tom Green of like all the comics stays so neutral, so Switzerland and pure to like comedy, and then Rogan openly admits that he would not have started Rogan's thing without Tom Green, and Tom Green's like probably like, leave me out of this, please. Like I don't like you've become political. I did this to be retarded in my house and drink beers and tell jokes. And so then you got the other side, which was Maron, that got the left's attention. And again, Tom Green's probably like, yeah, we're just doing comedy here. I just wanted to I wanted to put my statues of lesbians in my mom's house and then live stream that so my fans could see it when they kicked me off the air. He was the original from his
sure. Yeah, well, I mean, there was definitely people who were doing it prior to. I'm just saying, like Maron was one of the first guys who started a podcast and then just like launched into the stratosphere because of that.
Yeah,
like he kind of set the tone for the medium itself, and so then from him, this whole it was like him, Kevin Smith, and then honestly Joe Rogan was kind of around the same time, I think. Were the guys who like birthed this whole the new industry of podcasting, I guess, as we know it. So I mean, I do like when people, you know, because of, like the usual suspects of like anonymous Twitter. Honestly, these people are just plumb rude. They're like mad at me because I am just saying like, yeah, this is very entertaining. Well, first off, like the people who are like, he just sounds like a bitter asshole. I'm like, I don't think that you're not. Why are you saying that like that's news to me? He knows that. That's been his whole fucking thing for the last fucking 20 years.
I was one of the people that was saying that, but not like in a negative way. Like it's okay to be a bitter asshole, but at the same time, to me, sometimes he's becoming his own worst enemy because he's calling other people out for doing exactly what he's doing. So he was like, we were the outcast people that were bullied, that no one wanted us in the crew. So the
comedy was for the nerds,
for us. And then he's like, and now they're doing it. So it's like, so you're trying to say like they're the outsiders and they're not. You're trying to do to them why you got into comedy. So like, I just think that if you can be funny, you can be funny, and you don't have to label somebody as like an outcast, a theater kid, a jock. I don't particularly find any of the Austin crew funny, but it's like I just don't care enough.
I know.
That was hilarious, dude. That was hilarious when friggin' Santino brought that up to Maron, dude.
Oh, well, I think Maron just has no clue who he's talking about.
He doesn't know Tony Pepperoni, dude.
I like when he was on Howie and he's like, and Howie Mandel's just like, oh, I just saw Ricky Gervais. Ugh, boring. And I'm like, wow, what a great drop. What a great drop.
That's and that's the thing more than anything is like whether you agree or disagree or whatever, that's just so much more entertaining to actually have somebody at least expressing how they actually feel in the moment than just like whatever's been going on where you tune into these shows. And it's guys who are talking about like Rolexes and fucking cars they like and just like agreeing with each other on everything. To me, the best moments on any like radio show or whatever are when people actually, it seems like they're about to fucking fist fight each other.
Well, the one thing I always say about, and Gomez does this in New York City, but Austin is much worse on this. It's the Emperor's New Clothes. So they all pretend like each other are funny and they try to convince the audience that they're all funny. Dude. But a lot of us are like, well, they're not funny, but you're not allowed to say it. And so Maron goes out there and says it, and then everybody's like, some people like it, some people don't. But there is a lot of people that aren't actually funny, but there's like a code in comedy, like, hey, if you say I'm funny to everybody, I'll say that you're funny, and then maybe we'll both get work. And Maron's kind of like breaking that. He's like, well, I know I'm funny, but you're not funny. This guy sucks. But I'm also good enough that I can say that and I'm still going to work. So he's kind of breaking that Emperor's New Clothing thing. Like Tony and the amount of people that say he's funny and the people that he said, like, they're not funny. Like it actually hurts me and makes me uncomfortable watching that poker comedy thing. It's two of my favorite things, poker and comedy. And I tune in to watch it. It's like, these people are not funny. How are they even on the internet? And
I still don't understand.
I've seen this shit just doing comedy for years, and then you see online where people are always trying to like mash it together with like other things, and it's like I don't. It's like that fucking King of the Hill episode where they go to the ice cream place, and he's like, "Ice cream is already fun. You're trying to put more fun where it's where it's like people try to like where it's like, yeah, we're gonna do fucking comedy while we play poker, and it's like, why don't you just try and fucking make like a good comedy show? Like I don't understand why it's got to be like multiple things mashed together.
It's annoying too. So I like the Lodge. It's one of the best poker rooms in the country. I've been there a couple of times. Really enjoyed it. It's in Round Rock, which is like 30 minutes outside of the Austin, right? So it's pretty close. But if you watch the show, it's all like golden ticket winners from Kill Tony, and they're just 100% on. So it's like everything's got to be a joke, and they're all laughing, and they're all trying to outdo one another. And I guess it could.
And by the way, are they just stealing the fucking the cold open segments from Louis? Like, is that what it is? Where it's like, remember that when the Louis show on FX when he would do the.
Oh, you mean the opening comedy bit, like the stand-up?
No, not the stand-up. There were episodes where it would either be it would be Louis and Hannibal Buress and Nick DiPaolo or whoever, and it would just be Louis as much as he's playing poker.
Yeah,
and it wasn't related to the rest of the episode. It was just a cold open.
If they just did a poker show with comedians, and then once in a while, they like because they're comedians, natural stuff happens that's funny, right? I could almost enjoy it, but the problem with them is they're trying to constantly just do bits the whole show to the point where it's not funny.
I do, and by the way,
over one another.
I do kind of, as much as I talk about like making, getting the bags, touching some paper and all that. They're the whole, I do think of like comedy or anything creative is an art form. However, silly as it may be. And it's like, to me, like chasing paychecks, like I always thought the coolest thing or like what was important was just like becoming free. So like it was, there's no need to become like to make $100 million or become extravagantly wealthy. But if you could get to a place where like you just don't have to answer to anybody, like you don't have a boss and you're able to like live comfortably doing what you want to do, but you still are able to stay true to yourself and maintain your own principles and convictions. That to me, that was like always the draw of any sort of art, like working in any kind of artist, right? And then I do wonder that about guys like Rogan and Theo Vaughn and Tim Dillon, all these guys, where it's like, I mean, when is enough? Like, what are you doing? Why does it have to? Why have you adopted the same philosophy as a corporation where it's like I have to increase profits every quarter? So no, you don't. You're just some guy. So like, you would be fine with. Why is it that fucking $10 million is not enough? It's got to be 20 million, 30 million. Like you have to become the richest guy of all time.
I will say this though, in like, it's not just Joe Rogan and Jamie sitting in a room making millions of dollars. Like there is more people behind the scenes on Rogan.
I get that
and stuff. And he's got jobs. The mothership loses money, but he's giving jobs to the people that work there and stuff. So there's a whole like, I don't really want to bring up. We can bring up Howard Stern. He's an example of somebody that made a lot of money, and they were saying like, when there's enough, and he's like, it's not for me. He's like, so many families work.
That's fucking bullshit. That sounds like
my daughters,
Jewish trickery.
Don't have to work. I'm just saying, like, and Bill O'Reilly said this too. He's like, look, I was thinking about quitting a while ago.
Do you hear yourself? Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So you're emotionally triggered, which is fine. But Bill O'Reilly said one of the reasons that he kept going was because he had 120 people that had jobs that worked for him, and some of them were only
because he's a despotic megalomaniac.
60K.
No, money-hungry fucking Mick who doesn't know when to fucking call it. He doesn't know when to walk away.
No, so you can see it as that, but businesses do generate employment and jobs for people, and he has other people under him. And some of these guys, Dave Ramsey's one of them. Dave Ramsey has not quit because he's trying to put together a system of a team so people can teach without him. And if he retires, then all those people lose their jobs because the whole business is based on him.
This
So
is
he's
the
putting
same
together a
cancerous mentality as a corporation where it's like, we need to keep growing and building and growing and building, which is what a fucking tumor does.
No,
that's what cancer does.
It's about some of these companies support families, and they're working.
You're buying it. It sounds like you're buying into the things that these guys have said to justify their own like insatiable fucking greed.
No, once you have
their
people
willingness
in your life
to fucking
that depend on you financially and stuff, and I have had this with employees and stuff. I've physically done it. I've run a business around Christmas time where our contracts weren't getting paid, and I have 10 families that need money for presents. It doesn't matter if the contractors pay me or not. These people have families, and I got to come up with the payroll to pay them. And that's not me being greedy. That's that I have 10 people that are counting on me, and they have people counting on them under them. Like, businesses are not money, people just sitting on money getting greedy all the time. Like, there's families and people that are earning a living because of these. And then you have faceless corporations and stuff that are just moving money around. But like a lot of business people are, they built a community, and people depend on that community that they built.
Corporate Dave.
No, I even said not all corporations. Corporations are a government entity.
Look, these motherfuckers have sold out. These guys, these guys who are getting these,
I don't disagree with that stuff.
Fucking $100 million for doing 60 million, however much money they're getting to do these podcasts and shill for these politicians or like whatever, where it's just a fucking obscene amount of money. And that like when that kind of money doesn't just happen. So it's like that kind of money means that you have to fucking answer to somebody. Like if there's a fucking podcaster who's making like 7 figures a month, that guy's not his own boss. Like on paper he is. But that guy has been bought and paid for by somebody.
Yeah, I don't disagree. So first of all,
the
funny of all this, the funny, ironic part of all this,
I've been bought by Man Great
is Maron would hate us. He already said he hates how low like the barrier of entry is, and I kind of get it. So when he was there wasn't even comedy, and when he got into comedy, there was like no path really to be rich at it. There was kind of get a sitcom and then maybe put your name on it. So they were doing it for the love of the game.
Put your name on it.
And he was like living in a flop house and like getting food at some of the clubs, and like they didn't really have a route. And so it must suck now, because then they also had like the hazing technique of like seniority and freshmen coming in, and he had to deal with all that bullshit and getting past the clubs. And now some YouTuber can literally get 1 million followers and then call up a club and like get a spot in front of him and then go up and not have material, so I can see why he's angry about that you can just make clips now and like go get paid and get famous. But it's the same thing. To me, it's similar to the boomers being mad at the young people figuring out a new way to make money. It's like, sorry, Maron, like it's not the same system. Young people need to eat too, and these new comics need to eat. Do they suck? Yeah, I don't really like a lot of them, but like they're trying to survive off comedy in the new system today.
They don't have to do stand-up though. Like here's the thing is like, 10, 15 years ago, for however long ago, and then for some amount of time, podcasting and stand-up were entwined, where the podcast just served as a way to build the stand-up career or whatever. Yeah. Well, that's not the case anymore. Now they exist as two entirely different entities. And in fact, stand-up is almost like not even worth it for a lot of people. They're like, you could just like do a podcast an hour a week and succeed beyond measure doing that. But it also just exists as like a different thing also.
And this is quote unquote Mark Maron from this week and one of the podcasts. He's like, the whole comedy scene now is just three white guys talking about taking shits on a podcast. It's literally, we're almost, if we talk about our bowel movements right now, he's talking about one of the things that he hates about the current state of things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need everything to be Frasier, so it's
Yeah.
like I don't need everything to be high.
I don't either.
There
That
is
was
a
my
place
point
for
with
guys.
Maron.
There's a place for guys talking about taking shits, but it's also like you got to know your place. So it's like, yeah, if you're the kind of those guys, the Nelk boys, those are guys who talk about shit in their britches, and then they're interviewing Benjamin Netanyahu, where it's like, all right, this is getting out of hand. This can't fucking happen. You can't.
I find that absolutely funny.
It's hilarious that it happened, just like as a spectacle to behold, but it's also just like, yeah, we can't keep doing this. That's fucking just absurd.
It pulls away the curtain that it's all a facade, that these are just evil people that are bombing and killing people, that the government doesn't really exist. There's no real power structure.
That's just the Nelk boys that you're talking about.
You remember the old days when things were simpler, like Arsenio Hall would have Jason Voorhees on to promote the new Friday the 13th movie, and he would just sit there in silence. Like, those are the podcasts I
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, remember when Danny McBride, before he was famous, he went on Conan as his character from Foot Fist Way, and nobody knew who Danny McBride was. Nobody knew what that movie was.
I forgot about that.
And the audience did not like him.
Oh, he was polarizing for a while. He tried hard to break through. I mean, he was in Hot Rod as well. Like, he did a lot of small bit parts before he really blew up. I forgot that he went on Conan dressed in the fit.
He went on Conan, as his character from the movie, and the audience did not get the bit. They were very confused and upset.
I never got that baseball movie that he made. The baseball show that he made on HBO or whatever.
Eastbound and Down?
Oh, Eastbound and Down? That's great.
I just don't get it. My friends love it, and I try to sit through it. I just don't get it. It doesn't make me laugh.
Now, this is the most upsetting thing you've ever said. That is
I've never
the funniest show ever made.
Either.
That is like the high watermark for fucking sitcoms.
I've watched it.
Paul
so
would be
many
quoting it
times
if he
with
was
my
here.
friends because they love it so much, and it just doesn't. I can't. It doesn't hit me. I don't get it. I don't.
What are you? Are you more into like Mad About You with Paul Reiser? Is that more your speed?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Oh,
I don't. I just don't get it. Like, I want to get it because everybody's like finding it funny. It just doesn't hit me. It's similar to like, I can watch The Step Brothers and be like, all right, this is a great movie, but it doesn't hit me the same way that I got laughter from Dumb and Dumber or from Happy Gilmore when it came out. And I can see that they're all three good, but I'm more lean towards this. Like, if I'm going to watch a stupid, funny movie, I'm going to watch like an Austin Powers or a Billy Madison where it's absurdity. And when I watch like Eastbound and Down, it's like, I don't know. I guess I get the layers of he's being a guy.
What's that scene where they're in Mexico and somebody makes a billboard for him and he goes, "The fuck was that fucking JPEG got me looking all computery? You should be using like at least a TIFF file."
It was that little dwarf dude that was in all the Tim Burton movies. He played the Oompa Loompas and the Johnny.
That was so fucking funny. Where he just was like, "Why this is a fucking JPEG?
It's all pixelated and shit.
Yeah, it's all got me looking at pixelated computery."
Dude, I love Eastbound, but see, it's funny. It's funny that you would say that like you like more absurdity type comedies and that. And don't get me wrong, I agree with all the ones that you listed, Dumb and Dumber, Happy Gilmore, all that shit. But like, I think Eastbound, the reason I like it is because I think that's absurd comedy to me, because it's just insane that somebody like this would actually live in the world and have like a loving family, like his brother. Is it John Hawkes is his brother, and he's got like that Christian family. Like, he has this life of normalcy, but he lives in a world of just chaos and craziness and absurdity.
Yeah, Eastbound and Down really works really as well as it does. In this with everything he's done. That show, Vice Principals, Gemstones.
Vice Principals, good.
Yeah, it's like definitely a high, like an exaggerated reality. Like it's these absurd people and situations that still like grounds itself in a way where you can connect to the characters.
Yeah.
So that they are still grounded in some kind of reality where like where it's not as distant as something like the movie Airplane or something where this everything just exists as a vehicle for jokes. You watch Eastbound and it's like, yeah, these are all like ridiculous characters and situations they're in, but then there's also like a sincerity to it that makes it work really well. Like that's like that heightens it, like all aspects of it. I think that's what that's what makes that show and everything he's done like really good is how earnest it is.
Let's not.
I agree.
So bringing up Ernest, like
know what I mean?
not that I hate Ernest, but like when Robbie was on the Crowder Voice, like I don't like Ernest, I don't want to watch Ernest. I also got that. Like, but Ernest is not quite as bad as Eastbound and Down for me. I can watch an Ernest and find the funniness to it, but like Ernest just doesn't hit my funny bone the same way either as some other things do. But then again, I can watch a panel show from Britain and like I know like nobody that finds
okay, so you
funny.
just have bad taste. That's okay.
No, I really bonded with
you just have
Ryan
bad
Long.
taste in like art and entertainment and comedy. Do
No.
you probably see those Israeli paintings of like a BMW and you're like, yo, this is sick.
So art's not subjective then. So I really bonded with Ryan Long over panel shows, dude. And I like British panel shows when they get those different people on there in that atmosphere and playing a game show together. Enjoyable. Yeah. So I can see that other people, but I have the ability to see why you guys wouldn't like that.
Well, I never said I didn't like it. Like I like a wide variety of things. Like my nerdiness isn't
my vision of hell is having to sit there and watch Jimmy Carr think he's funny.
Like, the older ones
Jimmy
when he's
Carr,
got the
like
fake teeth and the dyed hair, but the earlier ones where the Taskmaster early ones I really enjoyed. And you got to see British comedians trying to do those tasks. But it's a different type of comedy than what you're getting in America.
Yeah, very true.
You know, yeah. I also not a huge Ricky Gervais fan, but I really like the work he did on the podcast. His podcast with Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington made me laugh harder than some of the stuff I've ever watched.
That's because of Carl. That's because of Carl. That's
Carl Pilkington, and especially Idiot Abroad. I really enjoyed just the laissez-faire mindset of like, if that's the correct word, like he just at the Great Wall of China and they're like, so what do you think, Carl? And he's just like, I mean, I don't know if it's great. It's an okay wall. And he's not doing a bit. Like he's legitimately
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I have enjoyed Richard Iowade in a lot of things I've seen him in. Obviously the IT Crowd and the greatest of all time, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Might be like that's one of the funniest shows ever made. So I do like him.
I tried to watch the new Carl Pilkington sitcom, and I see what they were trying to do. It was very interesting and well done. I just couldn't really stick with it. I was watching it because I wanted to support it, but it just didn't hold my attention. But it would have crushed like a decade ago. It's just out. I feel like it's outdated what they were trying to do. Attention-wise, it's a very slow, measured, realistic day in the life of a man where absurdity happens.
What is this?
Carl Pilkington on Amazon has a sitcom. But it's very like right off the bat, like somebody dies. Yeah. And he's got to go to a wake. And his mother's like calling him all day to come to the wake. But his girlfriend needs him to get this new couch. But he's got to get rid of the old couch. And he paid to get it removed, but they're not helping. So he's got like all these balls that he's juggling. And he actually starts talking to himself. So there's an element of himself that's kind of like the Ed Norton Fight Club guy. And then there's the other angry part of himself that he's constantly talking to in the show. That's like, give him a piece of your mind or whatever. And they kind of do an okay job, but it wasn't done well enough that it kept my attention.
Dog, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Noel Fielding is up. Like, what's going on with him just doing like British Bake Off and panel shows or whatever. But I'll tell you, Mighty Boosh hit American high schools when I was in high school, it hit us like fucking crack in the 80s, dude. That shit, we didn't even know what it was. It was going around as just like a clip on the internet. Was that old Greg video? That not even the full episode, just like the old Greg segment from that episode of Mighty Boosh. And that was like fundamental for if you were in high school. I was in high school from like 2007 to 2011. So I forget when it was going around, but that was like for all of us, that was like the funniest shit we had ever seen at that point. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know what the Mighty Boosh is.
Yeah. So, but I was one of the kids in high school because, like, for a lot of guys in high school, a lot of my friends and all that, they just were like, "This is a funny video on the internet that we were all quoting." I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, what actually is?" So I was like going in and doing some investigating, and found out about the Mighty Boosh and started watching that. And then from that, got into Richard Iowade and Rich Fulcher. And so Rich Fulcher brought me to Snuffbox, the sketch show he did with Matt Berry. And then, Matt Berry went and looked at all his stuff. So, there was like a lot of, there was like a lot of British comedy when I was a teenager that I got into. None of the panel shows. Those are always bad. Those suck. They tried to do that shit here with At Midnight, and we rejected it.
Yeah.
He said no.
But it gave Doug Benson a home for a little while.
And then the Jewish blonde girl that does the numbers at a mathematician, when she was like 26, might be one of the hottest women that ever walked the planet. But she left her boyfriend, cheated on her husband, and married some pro athlete. So then it was like, all right, she's kind of a dirtbag. Rachel something away.
Maddow.
Not Rachel Maddow.
The Hannah Gatsby of MSNBC.
What was her name from Cats? Cats of 10.
There was a lot of around the time Dalton was talking about 2007 to 2011. I got more into, like, I knew what Mighty Boosh was because my friends were really into it, but like I was getting into the more of like the supernatural drama, like original stuff that BBC was putting out. There was a great show called The Fades that came out. The Aliens. There was like all these 1 to 2 season shows. Utopia.
I was obsessed with Doctor Who when it came back.
Oh no,
there were some good ones.
Scary.
2005.
Who still scares me, dude? I can't watch it.
2000. I would say like when it came back on in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston. And then David Tennant for the next 3 seasons after that. And then
it was really good.
Yeah. And then I watched up through when Matt Smith was the Doctor. And that was like, after he was done, that was where I stopped watching. Yeah, that's where I stopped watching it because it had just like diminished in quality at that point. Like whatever new writers or whatever was going on, I just was like, this is just getting confused. I don't even know this is so confusing at this point. I was like, this is not even fun anymore because I don't even know what's going on. But there was like those years with Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant, I was fucking obsessed. And it was now it's common now for even American shows to go years in between seasons. But I remember that being the experience with Doctor Who where a season would end and you weren't sure like what was going on. And I just remember just like suffering, like when's it gonna come back? When at least a Christmas episode,
They did it so much with so many shows, man. Like they had such a great original concept for a lot of them, and then they would just not fund the rest. They'd make it like 1 season, 2 seasons, and then that'd be it, and it would be left open with like all kind of like Carnival on HBO. Like it would just leave you with more questions unanswered, and you'd never get the answers to it.
Yeah, this woman looks British.
This is Rachel Riley in her after her babies in her early years, late years, meaning in her early 40s, probably, or late 30s. So picture her, but when she was 26.
Okay.
And
all right.
So she was.
You're not gonna sell me on these dog shit British panel shows. If that's your thing, that's cool. I fucking have hated everything I've seen. Dude, fuck Stephen Fry being like, God's not real. And, math and science.
That's not what I
so
remember
good.
from panel shows, but
How do you
Now
guys
that
feel
now
about
that
this?
sketch show that Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie did, that was funny. And Hugh Laurie was in that Annie Lennox video. That was cool.
and I watched. I did a lot more. I
Wasn't
did
Annie
The Whitest Kids
Lennox
You Know, but
or-
I did. Did you do Kids in the Hall when that was out?
Oh, I own all of that. I have all the DVD. I love Kids in the Hall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Kids in the
good,
Hall
but that was
great.
more Canadian than it was British.
Yeah,
So
but
Mighty
they aired it
Python
on
followed
BBC.
By, yeah, Mighty Python followed by Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, Kids in the Hall is pretty tight. I like Kids in the Hall quite a bit. I'll tell you, when it comes to Ricky Gervais, like I don't like everything he does, but he does do stuff occasionally that really does like capture my imagination. I love the show Derek that he did on Netflix, where he basically played a special needs person for the entirety of it who worked at a retirement home. You wouldn't think it, but it's really a funny show, and it's kind of pulls at your heartstrings too. It's got like a good depth of drama and comedy.
I think he's a much better writer.
He just actually
than he
did
is a
Simple
stand-up.
Jack.
Oh, he does. Yeah, dude. You've never seen Derek? I think Derek
I
went from
remember.
I like the
I
extras.
remember
That
it.
was the
Yeah, I
show that
watched
I
a couple episodes and I was like, "This feels wrong."
It
I
does.
watched the extras.
It does,
and
but it's
I
so
like
good.
that. That was an interesting
Extras
thing.
was good.
Yeah.
He did a 1-season show with BBC. Another one he did with the guy he did Stephen Merchant in The Office with. They did 1-season show called Life's Too Short, where Warwick Davis. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Damn, that was the shit.
Just when they were reading, like when if you've ever watched like the Monkey Chronicles or some of the sketches, but I listened to all the original podcast stuff. But when Steve Merchant was reading,
What was the Monkey Chronicles? Is that Martin?
Gina. When Carl would do Monkey News or whatever, they did a whole series afterwards. But like I would listen to that. But like Steve Merchant reading Carl's diary was just hilarious. And you're like, this has to be scripted. This can't be real. Like he we went away on holiday. We went to a restaurant called Tattoos. He said, I met the owner and he didn't have a single tattoo, but we never saw his wife.
Damn.
And then that's just it, dude. And that to me, the way they're reading it, it's just done very funny that a man is writing that in his diary. First of all, a grown man has a journal, a diary. He goes to a place called Tattoos, expecting that the owner is going to be covered in tattoos, doesn't have any, but then thinks, okay, let's get a look at the wife. She must have the tattoos.
What's weird about
we
a
never saw
diary?
her, and I'm going to write all this down. I don't know.
What's wrong with the diary?
That stuff tickles my funny bone when it's somebody being earnest and then they read his private thoughts out loud. And that's what he writes to himself in private. You know,
It's good to keep a journal.
yeah. Very funny joke. If you ever
Julia
can go
Cameron
watch the
says-
Carl Pilkington Diaries, I think you would get into the Ricky Gervais show if you haven't. watched it.
Julia Cameron says in The Artist's Way, whether you want to work as an artist professionally or whatever it is you're doing, that a great way to begin each day is to journal 3 pages.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just funny his thought process.
That
You know, Carl has a very matter of fact thought process.
damn, you know who sucks as a person, but I will always defend as an actor? Michael Rapaport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah. He is
his recent tweet, if he was going back to do comedy, was actually funny. but it
No,
was
he
serious.
should not do he has no business doing stand up. He
You're
should
right,
not
that
be
was good.
the last 2 years or whatever he's been. He is an absolute fucking idiot, vile, miserable, evil person.
He did slap Ari Shafir.
He's
once.
genuinely a great actor. He is like everything. He like character actor, you know. So like everything
Great
I've
on
seen, him in-
Justified.
Justified that episode of Louis where he's a cop who loses his gun. Even recently when he was on Fallout, did you watch Fallout, the Fallout TV show?
I loved it.
That reveal, dude, that was so fucking funny because that was like, you know, pretty pretty soon after the Israel Palestine, the October 7th thing, you know. So he's for months, Michael Rapaport on Twitter and all social media has been calling Palestinians fucking bugs that need to be squashed or whatever. And just, you know, everybody hates him. Obviously, they filmed Fallout prior to all this. And so the reveal in that show that that's him in that armor, I was like, you know, like, is that who I think it is? But he actually, that quick scene he had, I was like, shit, man, he still got it as an actor. It's like,
oh yeah,
that's the crazy thing about acting is like, you don't have to be smart or a good person or have anything, you know, it's this ethereal quality where it's like, it actually seems to benefit actors to be extremely stupid and maybe not even good people.
So I put a link of his most recent, Michael Rapaport's most recent video in the private chat.
I hate to do this, but I got to dip because I got to run to the bathroom. I've been holding it in for the last.
Yeah, we've been going for a while. And folks, if you super chatted a song request, sorry. I think I still have.
Oh, if you guys want to keep going and play songs,
Can we watch this one video though?
All right, we'll watch this and then we're done. Because
I took this as him doing a joke.
I've been podcasting now between your show, Doug, and now this one. It's like 5 hours now. So
I did 2 podcasts in the afternoon, and then I did 2 at night.
I'll be honest though, I was looking forward to this one. Like I look forward to all the shows that we do, but like this.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Good.
This is a great idea that you guys
dude.
had.
Both of you
tell
guys.
me if I thought Michael Rapaport was doing deadpan joke in this video.
Which video is it?
I thought he was actually doing a comedy thing, but he might be serious, and I don't know anymore. I'm a boomer. I don't know if this is Michael Rapaport AI. So if you could watch this,
Jerk
I found it
Haggis
hilarious.
If he missed anything, well, for those saying that I screamed at Dave, we had. I mean, we had some friction there for a second, but it's all in good spirits.
Dude, we must have different chats because I don't see any of this stuff. I didn't see anybody's I didn't even think about that. So,
but yeah, we had a good time.
I didn't think you screamed at me at all.
Meandering, we talked about Subway, eat fresh.
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I had to be honest with you. Like, I've done shows with you guys both before separately, and that doing it together is one of the few shows like back to back where I've laughed pretty consistently through it. I'm a simple person. Like every now and then I'll have something to contribute, but for the most part, I just kicking back and listening to 2 guys talk. Thank you guys for having me on. Seriously, like this was a blast.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, this is fun. I mean, yeah, I like doing y'all show. I like you and Paul. So good eggs, good eggheads. Y'all are bald.
And the fans, man, the fans on both shows and the carryover, a lot of fun. Like I was talking about this on Rumble earlier. I have the right type of mental retardation where people are like, "Oh, the chat is so mean to you." I was like, literally didn't see anything tonight that bothered me at all. Like I talked about it a little, had some fun, but I just think they're joking around, having fun. So
hell yeah,
yeah. So when people say that, I tried to read the chat.
Doug is trying to go take a dump right now.
Yeah. Well, I want to watch this Rapaport thing before we close. He's welcome to go, and thank you so much.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'll watch it with you. I can hold it.
Right, we'll watch this.
Just tell me if this is real or if this is a joke. I thought he was joking and doing.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good actor. I mean, I'm just saying Rapaport.
If this video, it's very funny. If he's being serious, it's very funny for another reason.
Part of me hopes he pulls up a video from the end of Higher Learning. You're a monkey. You're a monkey. Fuck you, monkey.
I wish I was that funny.
The thing with him going so hard as he has with Palestine and really playing up the Jew thing when he's got the box on his head and all that. This man has squandered. He's one of the few people who had a legitimate impasse and has squandered it with his behavior.
Leo had one. He's kept it though. All right, let's just watch this real quick. Is this a joke or is this?
This is Caitlin Clark.
Dildos at women during WNBA games. You ever been hit in the head with a dildo? Huh? It hurts. I have. I was hit in the head with a dildo. It was 1998, 19.
Dave, this is obviously a joke. Dude, what are you
Like I
talking
said,
about?
he's actually being funny. I just haven't seen.
This
him
is
be funny in a
obviously
while.
not real.
Well, blow it up a little bit. It's
98.
actually a funny
Okay, matter of
thing.
fact, I don't want to go
haven't
into the
seen him
story.
do
It's a little
funny in
embarrassing,
while.
but I could tell you when I got hit in the head with a dildo, it hurt. Okay, it hurt. Those things sting. All right, it's not funny. It's not funny to be throwing. You're gonna hurt one of these. You want to hurt Caitlin Clark, Paige Buchers? You want to hit her in the head with a dildo? Is that when it's gonna stop? Is that when it's gonna stop? When someone gets knocked out with a dildo in Madison Square Garden while they're shooting a 3-point shot? Cut it out, okay? If you've never been hit in the head with a dildo.
Okay, well, that's definitely a joke because nobody in the WNBA is shooting a 3-pointer.
So, yeah. But also, it just speaks to, like, he is a pretty good actor.
You
When
might
I
think it's
actually
funny.
saw
I
this,
have been
though-
hit in the head with a dildo, and it ain't funny, and it hurts. Cut it out.
So, the one thing that made me, after I saw that, though, I was like, because he's such a crazy good actor, he's doing a good deadpan here. It makes me wonder how many of the Jewish ones that he does are actually fake rage for and also acting.
Well, I'm sure it all is.
Well,
You know?
he might be he took the bit a little too far. I would say because I don't think anyone wants to work with him at this. Because I mean, look, as Jewish as the entertainment industry is, and as much as Israel has their tentacles and everything, he actually was like too mask off with the kind of vitriol he was expressing that even the Jew-run media was like, Rapaport, we can't. Everybody's uncomfortable working with you know?
Yeah, he took their propaganda and was like ran with it.
He did do it like an actual Israeli, where like when you see Israelis online and the shit they say, where you go, whoa, like this is. Do they not realize how this sounds? And it's like, no, they don't. They've lived their entire lives not understanding that this is really bad what they're saying.
What's crazy though is I haven't seen him be funny in so long that when I first saw that video, it took me a second to remember, oh, he's a great actor and he's hilarious. Because like everything he does online is like fighting, arguing, and talking about like murdering kids and how great like being
This is such a
Israeli
funny
is.
thing that Rapaport has 3 N-word passes in different jurisdictions. Yeah, dude. Yeah, but I always thought, Rapaport was a good actor, and he should not do stand-up. That's not where his skill set is. But he can be funny as an actor. He's kind of ruined that in the wake of the October 7th hullabaloo. But I'll always attest that like anytime I've seen him in a movie or a show or whatever, I always thought like, yeah, this guy's good at acting. He may not have like leading man qualities, but he's a great character. He's a great like guy to see. Like you're like, oh, there's Rapaport.
Yeah, I really only remember Do the Right Thing.
Oh, Do the Right Thing, and then there was that other Spike Lee movie where he dropped some hard art. Is he in Do the Right Thing? He was in that other one.
He works at the pizza restaurant with the other guy, doesn't he? Or
Oh,
wasn't he
with
Do the Right Thing?
with Danny Aiello.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
What was the one he was at?
It's been a
Bamboozle? Bamboozle,
Oh,
where
yeah, he's in Bamboozle.
he's dropping some hard R's in that one. No, he's been in a bunch of stuff. He had a short-lived sitcom called The War at Home that was really bad. True Romance, yeah. What's the one where he was a chiropractor? He's got a ton of stuff. So prayers for Rapaport that that God will cure him of his Judaism. Douglas, thank you for doing this.
Oh, thanks for having me, bro.
Would you like to plug your program?
Oh, yeah. Sibling Revelry, Saturday nights, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Rumble. And Douglas is a dope on Twitter if you guys want to follow. If not, that's cool too. But I've had an absolute blast hanging out with all you guys tonight. Thank you for having us. Truly.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, dude. Loved it.
Thank you.
So, folks, if you want to see me show up a half hour late for Douglas's show, going over to Rumble after this and watch Sibling Revelry, and you'll see the first couple hours before we hopped on over here.
He was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air too, by the way. In the
he's a friend of the Black.
Right.
The Basketball Diaries, yeah.
Yeah, Basketball Diaries.
I do want to say before we go real quick, like, I mean, the chat has no idea of what goes on in the world. It's crazy to me. Me and Dalton are two men that disagree. Sometimes we're never fighting. Like, and also, I've mentioned this multiple times in the show. One of the things that I respect about Robbie and Dalton is that we don't agree on everything, and yet we, unlike most of the people in the world that have completely different opinions.
Let the man shit.
He can leave whatever time. He's a grown man. He doesn't. I'm not holding him here. He can do whatever he wants. I'm just gonna say that, like, I respect most of the people today can't hang out with people with different opinions and not get along. And Dalton and Robbie have always been respectful of our differences and vice versa. And like, that's one thing that I like about the show, that we have different personalities. It's not a circle jerk. So
it's not a bad thing.
Used to that, you really need to get some new friends that you guys can challenge each other and walk away. And
the right price, I will agree with everybody.
Yeah.
And I'll sell supplements and cereals or razors.
There's certain people in the chat that I'm respectful to because I know they're friends with Dalton. But I'll tell you, the Greek in me has
what's his name?
Bit my Greek multiple times tonight.
Patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. For the last several weeks, the Patreon has been me honestly rambling into my phone for an hour and then uploading that. But I might just keep doing that. But subscribe to Patreon for all the premium. That is a premium that you get on the Patreon. Patreon.com/cornfield Dalton Pruitt. And then obviously the Crowder Boys, me, Robbie, and Crackamico. YouTube.com/@thecrowderboys. Patreon.com/thecrowderboys. And then, this channel, this is the Corn-Fed Saturday show. And then we have there's the other Corn-Fed show with me and Sal. And then maybe Kevin's back. Who knows? But you stay tuned for all that we got coming up. This show, we get guests.
Next week we have Max Marcus. Yeah, I forgot. Next week we have comedian Max Marcus, producer of the Tom Papa Show, ex-producer of The Regs. Currently, I don't know if I can talk about the TV show that he works on, but he's in the movie and TV industry, and he'll be our guest next week. And so you
looking forward to that.
The next Corn-Fed Saturday is next Saturday. Somebody want to know the Corn-Fed with me, Sal, and sometimes Kevin. That's the thing. I got to pin them down. So just stay tuned. Subscribe to everything, and just follow me on Twitter at Dalton Lee Pruitt.
The first Regs producer.
Max
Marcus.
And then that's it. Good night, everybody.
He was the one that Lewis flipped out on air, and
they were ending the show.
It's over. You already hit stop. I can still talk through.